Hey, welcome in everybody. Happy Monday. Hey, Black Orchid. My bad, y'all. I forgot I was open on two screens. Um, so let's go ahead and get started. Y'all already know by the thumbnail, we have Jaden and Chrisean today. Um, I guess a little bit of Blue and Carlissa too, but it's mainly about Jaden and Chrisean. Um, y'all have seen what's been going on. Y'all seen Jaden and her response to Chrisean. Blue and Jaden hanging out last night. We got that to go over. And then we're gonna go over Chrisean and Junior, and then one more thing from Chrisean. Um, and we're gonna talk about Chrisean rejoining the circus too, of course. So let's get started with Jaden since she's number one. Welcome in, Aaliyah. Happy Monday. Nature, happy Monday. Um, so here's Jaden's response. As y'all know, y'all seen Chrisean mentioning Jaden being pregnant or whatever the other day. And here's Jaden's response. She said, "Ain't this your live while we talking about my poom poom? It's not my fault. After 3 days of consistently being with you, he wasn't convinced. Log, get over it." Um, this is why I say Jaden is delusional. Um, we know that he was with Chrisean, cool, but we know that he also wasn't going to stay with Chrisean. However, it's been, I think, what, 13 or 14 years for Jaden, and Blueface still not convinced, clearly. 14 years and two kids later, and he's still not convinced. So when Jaden says stuff like this, it loses me. She loses me completely. Welcome in, Braden and Steph. Welcome in. Yeah, it's not a flex at all because you got like we can sit back and we can look at Chrisean and Blue, right? And we can think about like all the stuff that Chrisean has done to Blue, all the bad she's done to him, all the chaos and dysfunction she's caused within his life and in his family and everything else. And we can see why Blue doesn't want to be with Chrisean. But Jaden, like Jaden has been with this man through everything, even through him cheating on her with Chrisean, you know? Um, and y'all know I already did like the whole three video series of Blueface and Jaden's relationship. So we kind of walk down everything that Jaden has been through. Not everything, but like the major events, right? And so to look back at all that and see Jaden still like to see her still proudly like claiming this man is beyond me. And she doesn't think she looks goofy at all for some reason. For some reason, being number one to her it trumps everything else, even though she gets treated like everybody else. And we're gonna take a look at a little bit of that today too, because she was still like she was spending family day with Blue or whatever, but he was still on the same time as everybody else with her, you know? But right now, Nevaeh's gone and she got her nig back for a few minutes. Um, until he goes sleeps with somebody else. But the biggest bird, absolutely. Absolutely. Blueface don't want none of them. Blueface ain't gonna be happy till he gets a man. I'm convinced. That's what I'm convinced of. Jaden's talking about Blue ain't convinced after spending 3 days with Chrisean. I'm convinced he's not gonna be happy till he gets a man. Um, welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Um, let's move on to Jaden's story though, because I still being delusional, but let's move on to Jaden's story.
Fish in Hollywood. Do you feel like she's just hating on you because obviously her baby daddy wants you?
That's
hating. I mean, look.
Come on, stand it up, honey. Stand it up, honey. Give him a turn. Do a turn. Do a turn. Hello, do a turn.
I'm 15 years old.
Do a turn. Do a
I've been trying to
turn.
get her to do the 360 on here, and she ain't even did. Go ahead, get a turn.
No.
Come on, Zora.
Body fire.
Thank you, boo.
That was crazy.
Thank you, boo. Thank you, boo.
I don't know.
So as y'all see, Jaidyn reposted this on her story, and it was Hazel Lee basically responding to her again. Jaidyn says, Shamar, please. But once again, the delusion of it all, because they're shaped the same. They look like they went to the same damn doctor. They're shaped the exact same. Hazel Lee just looks like she has maybe like 10 more pounds, 10, 15 more pounds on Jaidyn. But they're shaped the same. I don't understand this. And then why is Jaidyn mentioning Shamar's name? Like, what? I'm confused. Like, that's the same exact shape. This is exactly how Jaidyn be looking. Like the kind of big upper body, big square upper body and the ant booty. She's shaped the same way. So I don't know why she keeps on coming for Hazel Lee's shape and how she's built and her surgery and shit like that, because they're built the exact same way. Let me see. I didn't upload. Sorry, y'all. I was reading something. Sorry. But yeah, they're shaped the same. I don't understand this. Like, to call her Shamar when y'all got the same body shape is crazy. But anyway, let's move on to her next slide. So y'all see, she wanted to let everybody know she was laid up with Blueface. She got him tonight. That's hers for the night. All that, right? Once again, her and Punkin 2 times, they were sitting in that room last week and they were talking about how Jaidyn and Blue are co-parenting and it's important for the parents to be together and all that stuff, right? You do not have to sleep in the bed with your baby daddy to co-parent. You don't. It's not just co-parenting. Jaidyn is happy right now because she feels like they're back in a relationship right now. And then we know next week when he's out with whoever, she's going to be crashing out again. But let me go to this clip right here real quick so we can look at the before they slept together.
I'm trying to get some lucky charms. Oh, you're looking good, girl.
That's what we on?
What you trying to do? You trying to fuck?
I don't want to do that. I want to be, I'm not a fucking redhead.
We can just have some cereal. It's just cereal, dude.
Good night. Take care of your kids. I'm over it.
Like that?
Take care of your kids.
He's lying. Here. Lunch. Here. Hey, here's your marshmallow. Here. Marshmallow. I take butterflies.
You trying to get it cracking at grandma's house? Huh?
Here. Oh,
Oh, you're a freak, girl. You hear me?
I hear you.
You trying to get it cracking at granny's house?
come on.
Yeah, homies.
Come on, let's go.
That's how I know I got some fire.
Come on,
Sad.
Come on, Chet. She's so mad at you. Come on. Come on, Dad.
Look, go downstairs. Let me holler at your mama real fast, alright? Let me holler at your mama real fast. Alright? I'll be right back. He's home.
We'll be right back.
Huh?
I'll leave you right here.
You want it right here? Okay.
Baby, don't go home, Chet. He doesn't like that. He needs privacy.
I'm trying to fuck. I don't want to do that. He's asleep.
Chet. Come here, Chet.
Go with her, Chet. Say go with her, Chet, dude.
He needs privacy.
Get the phone. He needs privacy.
20 minutes later.
Oh.
I thought you wanted to sleep with me.
No. sleep with you anymore.
Why not?
Why?
Because I don't want to.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be watching Cocomelon without you.
She's sure. No,
I can
no,
watch
she's not sure.
Cocomelon without me.
She's going with you.
I'm gonna watch Cocomelon without
Jaidyn and Blueface still doing them. And I put this comment up on the screen because this is what we're gonna get to next too. But let me say this one last thing about Jaidyn and Blue. Jaidyn always acts like she's so unbothered by every other girl. She acts like she's unbothered by Blueface sleeping with somebody else, all that. But she's always so quick to get in the bed with him. Because even when Blue went in the room just then, you can hear her say, "I'm trying to fuck, put the kids to bed if you ready," and then dismiss Journey. Jaidyn be miserable and she be bothered. Every time she mentions somebody else, she be miserable and she be bothered. Just like her telling Chrisean this, "Ain't this your live while we talking about my poom poom?" Jaidyn sits up in that room with Punkin 2 times all the time, talking about other women. That's why I started saying she was bothered and messy and miserable in the first place, because she's always talking about other women. She be talking about Nevaeh and her pregnancy. She just bought Chrisean up the other day too, when she was on live with Blueface after they left the park and they were at home eating their usual Taco Bell. She bought Chrisean up talking about how Blue had just spent 3 days with her. So I'm not sure, y'all know I never defend Chrisean, but if Chrisean spoke on her live, Jaidyn, you already spoke on Chrisean too. I mean, and clearly here you are. You mentioned it to Blue a few days ago. You just spent 3 days with a crackhead. You were talking about Chrisean, and then you mentioned it again. So clearly you were extremely bothered that he went to go spend 3 days with Chrisean. She didn't like that, clearly, if this is the second time she's bringing it up. But y'all bring each other up. And Jaidyn has built a whole streaming career off of bringing other bitches' names up, off of speaking on other women. Wasn't she just speaking on Nevaeh's pregnancy a couple weeks ago? Didn't she call her useless a few weeks ago because she couldn't have sex with Blueface? Like, Jaidyn gotta shut the fuck up for real. I'm gonna get into some of y'all comments really quick, and then we're gonna move on to how Jaidyn and Blueface behave in front of their kids. Jaidyn is a piss poor parent too. That's why Javon says to himself, he knows his mom ain't shit. All Jaidyn wants is for Blue to love on Journey because she just like Rock. She just like Nevaeh, Journey. Yeah. I don't think anybody in the circus is a good parent. And I think the more Jaidyn streams, she really shows where her focus is, and it's not on the kids. It's clearly not. And I know people like to call Jaidyn a good mom and stuff like that because, she cooks dinner for them and they have a roof over their head and stuff like that. But that's what you're supposed to do as a parent. But it's like time and time again, we're seeing Jaidyn talking crazy to her kids, or she's having conversations that she doesn't need to have in front of her kids, all that stuff. And then once again, I talked about, I think it was maybe like 3 weeks ago or so, when Blue was on stream and he was talking to Jaidyn on the phone, and Journey said, Journey was trying to talk to Blue, and Jaidyn told her that Blue didn't want to talk to her, and she was a drunk, sloppy mess then. Like, it's sickening at this point. It honestly is. She seemed like she was getting jealous of him playing with Journey, so she went over, started sitting on him and hugging on him in the pool. Yeah, I'm gonna come back to y'all comments in a second, but I want to play this next clip because this kind of pissed me off for real. Let me see where we at. I think it's
Now you have to fall.
Why would you do that?
I don't want to fall.
Yeah.
We don't want to fall.
Yeah.
Fun.
Don't ever do that shit the fuck again.
Listen, go Carlissa. Go Carlissa. Go Carlissa.
Now, like, Journey was absolutely wrong for hitting Jaden in the face, but I don't like the way Jaden responded to it. You know what I mean? Like one like that first splash would have been enough. Cause she's only what? She's 3. Is she 3 now? 3 years old? Like that first splash would have been enough. But then you see how like close she gets to Journey's face and stuff. What if she had to accidentally miss? Cause you know she's drunk already. What if she had a miss and actually hit Journey in the face, scratched her with them nails, anything else? And it just gives mean spirited towards your own kids. Like, yeah, it was super childish. It was extremely childish. You would expect Javon to react like that, but you being the mom, even if I would have respected it more if Jaden had been like, "Okay, come on, let's go get out the pool," and off camera dealt with it, something like that. But all that extra shit splashing in her face, and you're that close to her face, and then you're cussing at her too. Like, I don't rock with that at all. Um, and yeah, she does need to spank him, but that's what I'm saying, like, if Jaden had a took Journey out the pool off camera, uh, gave her a quick few taps and explained to her that hitting "You're not gonna put your hands on me," cool. But she didn't even, like, try to, explain to Journey how she was wrong or anything else. You just gonna splash her back, so next time she gonna do it again, because all she's gonna do is say, "Well, last time mom splashed me." Like, and it just gave mean towards your own child. Not like you're punishing them or you're trying to correct them or anything else. It just gives like you just want to be mean to your own kid. Um I don't like how she handled that. Um I don't like I always like Jaden, but I'm so disappointed in her bullying Nevaeh and desperate for Blue's attention. It's just so crazy. Yeah, and that's what it gives. And I don't here's the thing. If people were actually like steadily coming at Jaden and she's just responding to them, and responding to them accordingly, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it. But there's been quite a few times where Nevaeh hasn't said anything to her at all, like for days, hasn't said anything to her at all. And she's still sitting in that room with Pumpkin 2 times, just running her mouth, just whole damn near whole stream about Nevaeh. Little joke here, little joke there, making little slick comments and stuff like that. If there's no like there's nothing that you're responding to, why are you always talking about her? You know what I'm saying? And same thing the way she did with Chrisean the other day. If you know that you don't fuck with Chrisean, you don't want any contact with her, anything like that, why are you on stream mentioning her and how her and Blueface just spent 3 days together? You know what I'm saying? And then when Chrisean says something, mentions you, right? Because Chrisean didn't really say anything crazy about her. All she said was that she was pregnant, which Jaden was making jokes about it online, what, a few days ago? So, I mean, if you online making jokes about being pregnant and then the bitch say you're pregnant, then what did you expect? And like I said, I'm not making excuses for Chrisean because I feel like Chrisean, if she's saying that she's not in the circus and she doesn't want to be involved, then why did you even speak on that? But at the same time, we're also not going to act like Jaden didn't bring her up the other day. We can't is there's no point in being like one person is wrong and one person is right when they all do the same shit. But for some reason Jaden acts like she's like exempt from reproach about it or something. um Jaden is low-key spiraling. Yeah, she is. Once again, that's why she's drunk all the time. She's drunk all the time. I think, you know what I think? I think Jaden thought that when Blueface got out of prison, that he was gonna come home and just be with her, and they were gonna be like a big happy family. He was gonna be done with Chrisean for real. I definitely don't think she ever thought that Nevaeh was gonna be brought into the mix. Um, Rila is allegedly pregnant with his baby. I don't think she thought that was gonna happen. And now she just got to keep performing in the circus. She tried so she can try to keep her man close to her. And once again, he still ain't convinced after damn near 15 years and 2 kids. So I don't get her thought process at all, but it just gives It gives childish. It gives miserable. Like she's starting to look absolutely crazy. They definitely be having adult conversations in front of these kids. Yeah, and that's my thing too. All that talking about having sex and all that other shit. Let me see if I got another clip actually. Hold on. Mm, I don't think I uploaded it. But that clip, it was from a stream from a few days ago or last week, something like that. When they were at Blue's restaurant. And well, actually, I think I do have it. Hold on. I think it's on another video.
Jaidyn, they got something on your nose. Oh, Lord Jesus. What y'all did to that poor baby?
So pretty.
Well, at least give it a kiss.
Yeah. I was trying to tell you before you went out there and sucked all them dicks that it'll be hard to.
I sucked a lot of dicks.
It'll be hard
We should
to.
not talk about this right
It'll
now.
be hard to make up for, you
Don't
know.
talk about this right now.
Well, we done wrote all the songs, you know, rich off one dick, miss one dick, bitch.
Stop talking about this.
Yeah.
Like this right here. Even though Jaidyn is saying don't talk about this right now, like she's being so soft and gentle about it, and then Blueface just still keep on going, and Journey's sitting right there. And Javon, he ain't paying no attention to it for real, but he can probably still hear it too. I don't get why. And here's the thing. Jaidyn, she can sit there and people can say, oh, well, she was trying to get him to stop. But the thing is, clearly it doesn't bother her enough. Clearly it doesn't bother her enough, because if it bothered her enough, she would have got up from that table with Journey, or she would have dismissed Journey, something like that. She shouldn't have put hands on Blue in front of Journey, but, or get up and go have a conversation with Blue away from them. Like, I don't like you talking like this in front of the kids, whatever. She doesn't do enough. She doesn't get mad enough about it. It's always, please don't talk about this in front of the kids. And then at the same time, it's like Blue don't take her seriously about it either, because she indulges in the same thing with him too in front of them. There's always all kinds of inappropriate conversations going on in front of these kids. And then not even just them, but the people in the comments, they act like there's no issue with it whatsoever, like it's normal or something. And then people wonder why Journey acts the way she does. There's always all kind of cussing and adult conversations going on in front of her. Blue, shut the fuck up. Like, like Jaidyn is just mind-blowing to me. It really is. And Jaidyn's fans, because I had something to say about Jaidyn's fans too. The new Rocktards. The comments, like, hold on. Let me bring up some comments here. And some of these aren't all comments from Jaidyn's fans, but like this first one, some of these comments got to be coming from women that were hatched and not raised to say one big happy family when Blueface says different. Lord help him. I can't imagine what y'all are going through in y'all real lives. Facts. And that could go either way. It could go for Chrisean or Jaidyn, because clearly Blueface don't want to be with Jaidyn either. Clearly. If that man, it's been almost 15 years and never once has Blue straightened up and been like, you know what? I only want to be with Jaidyn. I'm done cheating. I just want to build a family with Jaidyn and raise our kids together, and that's it. He's never done that. It's always been somebody else in the picture. Even back when they were teenagers, there was always somebody else in the picture. And then when they grew up and Blueface blew up, whatever, for his one song, the women just increased. Hey, welcome in everybody. So yeah, once again, I don't get where the delusion is coming from with Jaidyn and her fans, where they're acting like Blueface puts Jaidyn on like a high caliber and all he cares about is her and the kids and nobody else matters, because that's not how Blue lives. And then that second comment, Jaidyn, you've been with him 13 years and he's still not convinced. Thanks though. We know he was with Rock. Now you just confirmed it. Yeah. I don't know why anybody was doubting that Blueface was with Chrisean. I don't know why anybody was doubting it. The way he started switching up and deleted the the post saying Junior wasn't his son off his page and all that. Um, and then just disappeared for a few days, and then Rock on her stream talking about I want to get home and see my babies, and like hinting at the fact that Junior was with Blueface. And let me say this too, right? I just want to ask this question for people that still saying Blueface ain't Junior's dad. Why would Blueface go spend 3 days with Chrisean and Junior? And why would Blueface be babysitting Junior if that's not his kid? What was he doing with Junior? If that's not his kid, because y'all know Blueface barely even watch his own kids. So why was he in B more with Sonny Boy? I'll leave it alone. And then this one, wasn't she just on live the other day insinuating Blue was with Chrisean as their son kept saying her name? Isn't she the one always throwing subliminals at Rock? What does WMD mean? I guess mentioning Nevaeh on her live. Let's not even do that because that girl rarely ever talks about Jaidyn. I won't say Chrisean never talks about Jaidyn because she does. And Chrisean actually absolutely do be watching what Jaidyn does. However, she's not wrong. This comment isn't wrong because, like I said, she did mention Chrisean on her live. I mean, just because you called her a crackhead, you always call her a crackhead. So we know who you were talking about already. And then this last one, when will Jaidyn be convinced? That's my question too. She behind you, she was not talking about you, and y'all been together 14 years and 2 kids, and he still ain't convinced. And we ain't seen him fly to any one of these girls except for Chrisean. I guess that's kind of true. You know, nobody else really lives outside LA like that, but hold on, let me read your comment. It can go 2 ways. Why would he be watching her son? He doesn't watch his real kids. Why would he watch her son? If that's his real son, he can go both ways. And you said Charlotte was at her apartment. Does Charlotte live with her now, or does she just be visiting? Like she's a babysitter or a maid or something? Does anybody know? Yeah, but they weren't alone with him. And 33K, I don't think 33K did spend time with Junior. Not that I remember. I remember Bino did, but I don't think 33K spent time with Junior. Because if I remember right, there was a topic of conversation as to why it was that we never saw Junior around. And I think that's because 33K didn't want to be around Junior, honestly. Because I don't remember 33K being around Junior. I do remember Bino though. Let me see. The new Rocktards are getting so mad coming in after me saying she seems spiteful to Nevaeh. Yeah, I've seen so many comments from Jaidyn's fans, and it's almost like you can't even tell the difference between them and Chrisean's fans anymore. You have to like make sure you see what the actual topic of conversation is to differentiate between the two, because they're extremely delusional. Like they sound just like Chrisean's fans now. And I think too, let me say this. So with Chrisean's fans, right? I've always said that I feel like they're her fans because they see themselves in her. Like at one point when they were Chrisean's age, they were running around sleeping with other people's boyfriends, husbands, whatever. Might have had kids by him, but they never actually got the man, you know? And so for her fans, they're rooting for her because they want to see her get the man. They want to see her go up in life, all that shit, right? And it's just not going to happen, just like it never happened for them. But with Jaidyn's fans, it seems like her fans are more so they're the ones that were the wives and the girlfriends. You know what I mean? Like they're the ones that they had a cheating ass man that just ran around on them all the time, was making kids with other people, all that other shit. They never put a ring on their finger or anything else. But then they're the ones that always say, as long as he knows where home is. like that type of woman. I feel like those are Jaden's fans, because a lot of the comments, like this comment right here, right, where it said some of these comments got to be coming from women that were hatched and not raised. A lot of these women, they're acting like that. Like they're acting like they didn't have any respect for themselves. They don't know what it means to have respect for yourself. They don't know what it means to actually be valued and taken care of and truly loved and cared about by a man. But more so, they've just been in a relationship with a man and had kids for him. And usually it's like the first baby mama or something like that. So they think that's the highest regard. Like that's the thing that they need to strive for, is the fact that they can say they have a man no matter how bad that man treats them. Because Jaden's fans, they make up the craziest excuses for why Jaden is still dealing with Blue. And even though a lot of them say that they don't want to see Jaden with Blue anymore, they still low key hype it up. Like whenever they see Jaden with Blue, like it does something for them. It excites them. It makes them happy, even though they should be saying, yo, stay away from this man. But anytime Blue is with another woman, then they start talking about, oh, I hope Jaden moves on. Jaden can do better, blah, blah, blah. But then as soon as they're together, they're hyping it up. You know, it's very weird to me. And it just gives he knows where home is vibes. And that's why they root for Jaden. Like I said, I was rooting for Jaden at one point too. But that was before she started streaming and I started seeing like her true colors, you know. But now I'm very confused on what's going on with her for real. Um, I was 42 when my mother passed and never cussed in front of my mother. Pink faces 3 and black cussing everybody out. No respect taught at all. Absolutely. I don't cuss in front of my mom either. And I damn sure would have never put my hands on my mom. Even when I was a kid, I knew that was a no-no. And like I said, I feel like there's going to come a point, and it's probably going to be sooner rather than later, because Jaden really only has a few years left until Javon is a teenager. And then as Journey gets older, it's just going to get worse. But she's going to have a hell in that household, and she's not going to have anybody to help her with it either. Because I wouldn't be surprised if something happens to Blue for real. I don't like, whether it's hell or jail. I don't foresee, unless Carlissa is going to still be, you know, profiting off of exploiting these kids after he's gone. I don't see Carlissa really being just in alignment with Jaden like that. Because right now it seems like the only reason why Carlissa cares about Jaden being around for real is because her and Blueface are supposed to be some kind of duo. The one that all Jaden's fans like and all Blueface's fans like. So that's what they're going for right now. Because I don't know if I have this video. I don't think I do. But there was a piece of a live that Carlissa did the other day. And she was talking about Jaden. And she said something about how Blue was Jaden's man from high school and women were trying to come get him. And I feel like that's what she feeds into Jaden's head too, is that Blue is still her man. He's been her man for all these years, and that she's the only one for Blueface, I guess. But then even though sometimes whenever she gets mad at Jaden, she gets online and she starts talking about how Blueface needs to find another woman and she's disrespecting Jaden and everything else. I don't all these people are weird. I don't get Carlissa's angle. Sometimes Carlissa is for Jaden and sometimes she's not. And she just switches back and forth the same way she does with Chrisean. Because some days she's calling Chrisean evil and saying she don't want her around her family and all that other stuff. But then a few minutes later, it's, oh, I'm sorry, Chrisean. And trying to offer her help and offering to put Junior on her insurance and all other kind of bullshit. Carlissa flips back and forth so much. Let me get off Carlissa before I get carried away. Lots of men babysit kids is not theirs. Okay, but here's my thing. When I said what I said it was because if Blueface is saying that he's not Junior's dad, like that's the hot topic is the paternity, right? If Blueface if that's not his child, and there's a question as to whether it's his child or not. If you want people to believe that that's not your child, then why are you babysitting them? Why are you flying across the country to go see the mother and the child who allegedly is not yours? You're not supposed to be linked to at all. That's all I'm saying. It would have been like if this was just like Chrisean's man or something and he didn't have uh like any issues with Junior, I guess I would say, or anything like that. Um I probably wouldn't say too much about it, but if you're telling everybody that you're not the father of this child, then why are you flying across the country and spending days with them? That's all I'm saying. Um, I would have had so much respect for Jay if she stuck to not wanting him anymore. Yeah, like I said, the best move that Jaidyn could have made in this situation is if she just completely left Blueface alone, got out the circus and everything, because she was on like I feel like she was on a good trajectory where if she had gotten a good manager, not Carlissa, if she had gotten herself a good manager, found like a nanny to help out with the kids, one that she really trusted, so she didn't need to use Carlissa as a babysitter, um, and just went on about her way and kept working and going up, I feel like she would have been fine. She would have been doing good because she really didn't have to stay attached to Blueface. She didn't, but she chooses to. And I don't think Jaidyn is going to truly flourish at all the longer she stays connected to Blueface and that family. Because she could still co-parent with him, but she could have made the agreement with Blue, we're gonna co-parent, it's all gonna happen off camera. My children won't be on camera on your stream, whatever the case may be, and did it that way. He could have still came and visited the kids. They could have still did all that off camera, but the whole exploiting the kids and she has to be seen on stream with him all the time, and they're acting like, well, Jaidyn is acting like they're low-key still in a relationship because like I posted before, Blueface still be calling her a hoe and everything else. Just like this clip. Hold on, where are we at? Hold on.
I'm a dickhead. I love big black cocks.
Jaidyn.
Like this right here is childish and it's still disrespectful. I don't care how anybody looks at it. It's still childish and disrespectful. Like Blueface ain't he gonna be 30 next year? Jaidyn pushing 30. Why are we drawing dicks all over people? And then he's still like talking about the fact that Jaidyn was out sucking dick while he was in prison. Like he wasn't sucking dick in prison. You know, he's just so upset about that. And then we're still talking about it in front of the kids and everything else. We're doing it on stream. Jaidyn is a spectacle always on stream. That's another reason why I don't know why she just still wants to be in alignment with him. He's never even spent 24 hours with his kids that we know is his. This is weird that it's going to leave. This is the norm in today's society. Yeah, I see, and that's the thing. And he proudly talks about the fact that he hasn't spent 24 hours with his kids before, that he doesn't watch his kids, all that. So he's flying to Baltimore to spend time with Junior. And then we know when Nevaeh is in LA and she's in the house with him, he's spending all this time with Superior too. So what's up? You know, because everybody likes to act like the Porter children are the highest of the high, but we see Blueface flying out of town to spend time with Junior, and then he's spending all this time with Nevaeh's son when she's in LA. So I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And even if like even if Chrisean had been in LA and like say she had her own spot in LA or something like that, and Blueface pulled up over there, I would have been like, okay, all right. You know what I'm saying? Because she's already there. But for you to get on a plane and fly all the way across the country to go see them too, I gotta question it. Jaidyn stuck on Blueface, and I don't understand why. Because he's not a prize at all. And she be acting like this is and I guess I can't say it's just her. All of them be acting like this man is like the one to be with for real. Blueface got pedo allegations. He got gay allegations on him. He be making all kind of gay comments. Um, he really not. You know what? Before Blueface went to jail, he was never my type, but he wasn't bad looking. I would say that, right? And now he got out of jail. He's looking crazy. Um, always saying weird shit. You know what I'm saying? The money is dwindling, all that shit, right? I don't see what the prize is and why all these girls are like just trying to throw themselves into the circus and they just want to be a part of it for real. Because Jaidyn does not have a prize at all. Uh, you know, I feel like my friend group would laugh at a bitch like Jaidyn. I'm not gonna lie, because she think everybody want her nig, and she the only one that truly wants him. Because I feel like everybody else they just want something out of him. Like Chrisean is working her move right now. She don't really want to be with Blueface for real. Even though people think she does, she doesn't. She hates that man for real. She's trying to give him something that's gonna last a lifetime, basically. And he's still just playing around with her. Nevaeh, I don't know what her angle is. I think she's just there for the money. I don't know what Rila's deal is. Maybe she just wanted to have a one night stand. I don't know. But Jaidyn think he is just a hot commodity. And don't nobody else really, truly want him for real besides her. And I think that's what her fans notice too, is she the only one that really want him for real. So they just want them to be together. Let me read some of y'all comments. Who was the things he was saying while drawing it too? Very disrespectful. Very disrespectful. And she still got her ass up, even though she may not have known about it. I don't know, because I didn't watch the stream. I just looked at the clips. But she had to have seen herself in a mirror or somebody told her or something like that. And she still went and laid down with him. Like, I don't get it. It's like she likes looking stupid, but then she wants to call everybody else stupid for how they get treated. But they, like, once again, she gets treated the exact same as them. I can't recall any man that I ever dated, even back before before I got married and I was still in the streets, you know. I can't recall any man that would have drew on me like that and made all those disrespectful comments and all that shit. I don't ever remember ever dealing with a man like that. And I know damn well my husband would never do no shit like that to me. I don't know how Jaidyn looks at this man and she really thinks he's the one for real. I don't get that. Yeah, he was taking dick too, taking a lot of it. Mad about her. Maybe he wanted to be the only one getting dick down while he was gone. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Yeah, I don't get it either. And of course there's people laughing in the comments and stuff like that. I don't think it's funny. From either side, I don't think it's funny. Yeah, he will reap what he sows. But like I said, Chrisean trying to give him what he's trying to give him his karma. There are many factors why Jaidyn will never leave Blueface, and one of it is she don't want Chrisean to have him. I think that too. I think she don't want anybody that, not even just Chrisean. I know Chrisean for sure, but I don't think she wants Nevaeh, anybody else that came in like after her. I don't think she wants nobody to have them, because that would be in the slap in the face to her. Like she did all this and still couldn't keep him home. She still, her famous line, can't keep him with a baby, should have asked me. She still had Journey for him, even though he already wasn't acting right, all of that, right? And he still would never do right by her, but now she's still trying to hold on to him, but she still can't, and she knows that. So any other woman that comes in after her, she's always going to automatically have a problem with her. And it's just her being insecure and jealous. It don't have nothing to do with the actual female. It's just her being insecure and jealous. Because Hazel Lee, that whole thing with Hazel Lee, I don't understand that. If Jaidyn thought she was really that girl for real, why are you beefing with a woman that's like 20 years older than you about your baby daddy? Because I haven't seen Blueface with Hazel Lee in forever. And I'm pretty sure it was just a publicity stunt, but for some reason She was on Jaden's board of people to mark off that she got to talk about. Blue is actually using Jaden and the kids to look like a good dad because anything attached to or connected to Krishan Rock gonna make him look like he not a good father at all. I think that too. I don't think Blueface is really interested in being like a father or a family man for real. I think he just using them to create that image like he's doing good in life for real. And it's still not working because like I said, he's still out with other women all the time. He's still making all kinds of crazy comments. He's still talking crazy in front of his kids. So you you got to kind of clean up the image everywhere and I don't think he's gotten that yet. Um I don't think it was funny. I don't think it was funny. I'm just being honest. I don't think it was funny. I think it was extra childish of him to do. Let me skip forward a little bit. Y'all be having the comments rolling. I can't keep up. Um and that's true too. Jaden needs to remember that she's the prize and she could have Jaden could have had herself like a whole new man by now. She really could have. And like I said, if she had to just left the circus completely, because in the circus, she's not going to be able to keep no man or anything else. If she want to date a girl or a man, she ain't gonna be able to keep him. Imagine getting up every day and you hear Carlissa talking about you. You know, most people would exit that relationship immediately. And then you got Blueface all in the mix and all these other circus characters and everything else. Don't nobody want to be a part of that for real unless it's about some kind of exposure or money or something like that. Nobody else wants to be a part of that for real. His eyes look crazy. I guess. I can see what you mean. He's just and then like I said, but even before then he wasn't really my type, so I guess I can't really say nothing. I wonder how Nevaeh feels. She thought she and Blueface was his new family, and now he's spending more time with Jaden. Um, I want to say Nevaeh shouldn't feel anything for real because she should have already known how it was gonna go. Um, and I want to say something else about in regards to Nevaeh, and this isn't necessarily about Nevaeh, but this is about how people talk about Nevaeh. I'm confused on why like Jaden's fans and Blues fans I see an awful lot of people saying that they pray that Nevaeh's baby isn't Blueface's, and I don't get why. And the reason why I say I don't get why is because number one, Blueface knew Nevaeh was a hoe before he got her pregnant. Like he already knew that. He already knew she was messing around with other men, all that. And none of it came as a surprise. If I knew that Nevaeh was a hoe before he got her pregnant, I don't know how he knew. He didn't know. Because Nevaeh has been around for a very long time. And she first really started, like really started coming out and talking around the time Blueface went to prison, but most people weren't paying attention to her. But anybody that was, we knew Nevaeh had an OnlyFans. And she was sleeping with all kinds of people because she would post like her whoever she was going to be working with, she would post it on her story before she dropped it. So if I knew she was a hoe, there's no way Blueface didn't know she was a hoe. So he knew he was sleeping with a hoe unprotected, and he knew he had the possibility to get a hoe pregnant, and he still did it anyway. So if he laid down and did that, then those are his consequences. So why say that you pray that the baby isn't his when he was participating just like she was, and then he still has her around now? And we're questioning the paternity and stuff, right? But he still had her living in his house, coming home to her every day, giving her money, all kinds of stuff, right? So why are you praying that the baby isn't his? If he's willing to accept it, um, it clearly it seems like whether it's his child or not at this point, um, then that just is what it is. And y'all don't have no dog in the fight. Like y'all don't have to raise the baby. Y'all aren't Blueface. Y'all aren't nobody in his family. So why are we praying that a baby that isn't even here yet? Why are y'all praying that it's not his? It same thing with Chrisean. Um, he was fucking Chrisean raw, wasn't he? He was all up in that for years. So if they produced a child together, then they produced a child together. I don't get that whole thing where people are like offended by the thought that like these other kids besides Jaden's kids may be his. I don't understand that. If he's the one running around fucking all these different women and getting them pregnant, or possibly getting them pregnant, then those are his consequences to deal with. He's the one laying down with these women. So why pray that the kids aren't his? Like that's gonna change his life or something like that, or it's gonna interrupt his life with his kids with Jaden. I don't get that. Um Yeah, they don't like Nevaeh, and here's my thing, I like I said, I'm not a fan of none of these people, but I don't see what there is so much to hate about Nevaeh. Because the common narrative that I see, right, is, "Oh, Nevaeh posted this on OnlyFans while Jaden was pregnant," but the fuck like, Blueface was everywhere while Jaden was pregnant, and once again, Blueface and Jaden were not together while she was pregnant with Journey. Jaden had her own apartment when she was pregnant with Journey, and him and Chrisean were in the house together. And if you were around back then, you remember whenever he would go over to Jaden's house, Chrisean would be at home crashing out. When he would be at the house with Chrisean, if you were following Jaden back then, Jaden used to post all kind of subliminals before she got that battery put in her back and she would really say something. She used to post all kind of subliminals. They would be stressed out over Blueface, but he would just be bouncing back and forth between his house and Jaden's house and everybody else's house. So why this thing with Nevaeh is, oh, we don't like Nevaeh because she was doing this with Blueface while Jaden was pregnant. Who gives a fuck? Blueface was the one out running around with everybody. Welcome in if you're just coming in. So why only be mad at Nevaeh? Just like they be mad at Chrisean all the time, and Chrisean is a little bit different because Chrisean is a demon on her own. So I get why people don't like Chrisean. Most people don't like Chrisean, except for her fans. But the whole thing with Nevaeh, I don't understand that. I really don't get it at all. Let me read y'all comments. Yeah, that's all Blue could be. Because, I mean, Blue is funny sometimes. He is. I'll give him that. But that's all he could be is a homeboy. But to actually lay down with him and do it unprotected, and you already know he's out having sex with all these women unprotected, I don't understand that. I believe Junior was his till I saw Junior getting older looking like Ronnie. Mm, I'll say looks are subjective. Previa has a good delivery. Yeah, I don't wish no harm on Nova, and that's the thing too. I don't like how people talk about like an unborn child like that. Like I've seen people say that too, like they hope she loses the baby and stuff like that. I don't like that. It's weird to me. Because even I don't even think I seen anybody talking about Junior like that when Chrisean was pregnant. Like the way they talk about that girl and her pregnancy is crazy to me just because she's with Blueface and they think Blueface should be with Jaden, clearly. 29 men claim Nevaeh pregnancy, no man claim Chrisean pregnancy. Ronnie only said Junior is his when he was born. Ronnie was just looking for clout. Yeah, Ronnie was just looking for clout. But he was working with Chrisean on it. So that just is what it is. But you're right. Nobody else claimed Chrisean's pregnancy. And Nevaeh, like I said, I knew Nevaeh was a hoe. Blueface knew she was a hoe. All that. It just is what it is. I don't know what else to say about that. Everybody knew. If you were paying attention, you knew Nevaeh was a hoe already, and Blue definitely knew she was a hoe. Blue was on OnlyFans with her, so it's not like anybody can be like, oh well, Blue didn't know she had an OnlyFans or anything like that. He knew everything about that girl before he got her pregnant. So the consequences of it are all his. Oh, you mean when he used to go back to his kid's mom and she'll run to Baltimore? Blue said he know that Nevaeh is the most loving one in the stream and he knows women use him. Did Jaidyn reply to that? I want to know. Because every time Blueface says something like in favor of another woman, Jaidyn gets upset about it. So if he said Nevaeh was the most loving one, I wonder what Jaidyn said. Yeah, he should know women use him though. That I feel like even Carlissa uses Blueface. Honestly, she does for clout because Carlissa always wanted to be famous too. So, um, she got to eat off Blue's plate. Seems like Nevaeh's whole plan was to have a baby by him. She said it when he was still locked up. For Blue, Nevaeh is the pregnancy Chrisean was supposed to have when they was on their money run together. Yeah, and I've said that before too, that I feel like Blueface and Chrisean is not Blueface and Chrisean. Blueface and Nevaeh is like a repeat of Blueface and Chrisean. Because a lot of the stuff that Blue has done with Nevaeh, like on stream, he's done it with Chrisean before. And I feel like a lot of it is just wash, rinse, repeat. That's why I'll look at the clips and stuff, but I don't really pay like the whole Blueface and Nevaeh situation a whole lot of attention. Because I feel like it's just all a repeat of the Chrisean situation. And I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if when Nevaeh has the baby, um, even though I feel like Blueface thinks it's his for real, but at the same time, he has to be cautious because she is a hoe, which is understandable. Um, I still wouldn't be surprised if he started that narrative, like he accepted the child at first and then started saying it wasn't his afterwards. I wouldn't be surprised about that either. Because Blueface did do that too. A few days, because like I talked about it the other day. A few days after Junior was born, Blueface was down in Baltimore with them again. That's how the picture came up with Blueface laying in the bed with Junior. I wouldn't be surprised if he did the same thing with Nevaeh over again, honestly. He might not, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. Because it's at this point, it seems like they're all just doing shit for views, honestly. Um, I think she was being sarcastic about the 29. Blue has a good personality. Like I said, I think he's funny sometimes, but I don't a lot of stuff Blue has done, I don't think he's a good person the way people portray him to be. Nevaeh full Blueface and thinking she was getting dicked down and only Chrisean was getting dicked down. I think she kind of did that too, because if you at one point, right, Nevaeh really stopped promoting her OnlyFans like that, but she started acting like Blueface was like the apple of her eye for real, like the love of her life, and she wasn't doing anything with anybody else, and um like it was her uh it was like she was the only one for him basically. So I kind of think that too, that she kind of spread it on thick just so she could solidify her position when he got out of prison. um I didn't watch that whole live. I seen like a couple clips, but I didn't watch the whole live. I think his personality does change based off of who's he's around though. Like some people bring out like his better qualities, and then other people he's just like the regular low key disrespectful Blueface. So I will give him that, I guess. I think his personality changes based on who he's around, and some people can bring it out of him. Um, she wants to be a singer but can't sing. Yeah, I heard her hum a few tunes before. I don't think that she could be a singer for real. Maybe on like a underground circuit or something like that. I don't know, but I don't think that she would be like a major a major artist or anything like that. Um, Down to calling her a goofy bitch for cheating is so tired and played out. Yeah. And when that happened, I said to myself, I was like, is he just trying to create another moment? Cause y'all remember like when he called Chrisean a goofy bitch, that went viral. And it's still a huge moment today. And I really feel like he was just recreating it for real. Even the whole her leaving and going home and stuff like that. Chrisean was doing that while she was pregnant too. Would leave and go home and then come back, pop up out of nowhere. They get into it and it would just keep going back and forth. It's like the same thing all over again. Blue has Ashley, Stunna, Nevaeh, Rock, BB, Malaya. Um, who is BB? Is that the one that was on stream the other day? I saw a clip of this girl. She had on like a black and white striped shirt and it had pink writing on it. Was that who BB was? I don't think Blueface was in the stream. I think it was one of the niggas, nigga number 3 or something like that. I don't remember which one it was. But I haven't been keeping up with the BB and Malaya side of things. At some point it gets to be too much. So for the most part, I just keep up with the Jaidyn, Chrisean, kind of Nevaeh, but not really. And then like if I catch something else, then I'll speak on it. But for the most part, I don't keep up with the newcomers to the circus. Um, Carla says why Blue like toxic females. I agree. I agree. I think that's why he liked Chrisean so much in the beginning is because she's just like Carlissa. He needed somebody that was just like his mom. I have her watch her have her the baby in July. She might. I don't you know what? That whole Nevaeh and her conception dates and all that, I gave up on even trying to like follow it. Cause it's just a conversation that keeps coming up, but it's like she always has something different to say about it. And it just got tired to me. So I ain't even keeping up with it like that. Blueface is not responsible. Obviously, someone gave a great example in his life. Yeah, it is. I always say you can tell exactly who Blueface's mom is because he acts just like Carlissa too. Nevaeh seems the most like Blue. I can see I feel like they get along better than anybody else kinda. Cuz him and Nevaeh they still fight, but it seems even different than like when he's with Jaidyn kinda sometimes, if that makes sense. Chrisean was 10 times more violent towards him when he came to other women and still got yeah, that's true. Um, and then let me go back to this one. Um, is it this one? No, this one. And then too, I think she's the one that like she don't really care for real as far as like her hotivities. Cause like Blue clearly don't care. Like you don't have no issue at all telling people how many bodies he has or anything like that. And I don't think Nevaeh cares either. Chrisean, I feel like sometimes Chrisean will try to be on that, like, oh, if you doing what you want to do, I can do what I want to do. But Chrisean would never be completely honest about it. I feel like Nevaeh just really don't care. Um, and not necessarily that's a good thing because I don't feel like in that category that women should be doing what men do. I feel like you need to hold yourself to a little bit higher of a standard than that than just be running around sleeping with everybody. Um Nevaeh was Blueface side chick for 6 years, and this is the most time she spent with Blueface. She thought Blueface would still have money like this when she was with Chrisean. Now he came from prison and she sees. Yeah, I think that's true too. I think originally Nevaeh's plan was just to go ahead and have the baby so she could like say latch on to him because he had money back then. And then the lawsuit was lost. He went to prison, basically lost damn near everything, didn't have any more money, and now it just is what it is. Um, and maybe she's hoping that he has like a some kind of financial windfall or something like that, or since she's joined the circus now, that the circus is gonna go up or something like that. I don't know. But I do feel like uh Nevaeh's main push to be with Blueface is money related, because I don't see what else it could be besides that. Um, you care about Blue and hope no one hurts him. I I guess say a prayer for him, but I feel like he's beyond that point, because to my understanding, Chrisean is not his only op or anything like that, and yeah, he has stuff he has to pay for too, just like Chrisean does. Um, Even taking a lie detector test is the same corny shit. Yeah, and I didn't even see. I watched the little clip real quick, and I was like, I don't even care for real. If she's lying, she's lying. If she's not, she's not. But yeah, everything really reminds me of Chrisean when it comes to Nevaeh. Um, and I don't know if with Chrisean, like he already had all, like, because we know they do a lot of shit for just for the internet and for entertainment purposes. I don't know if he already had that plan for her and Chrisean fucked it up. So now he just feels like he has to redo it with Nevaeh. I don't know, but it does give just repeat of everything. Um Blue is fun on a homeboy level. Yeah, I can see that, but never a boyfriend or a man or anything like that. I don't know how anybody could take him seriously for real. Not when they see how he operates with everybody else, especially Jaidyn. Like if he I feel like even if and Blueface and Jaidyn aren't together, he should still have a whole lot more respect for Jaidyn than what he does. Because it doesn't seem like he has any respect for Jaidyn at all. He said Nevaeh will talk you out your draws. It seems like it. Nevaeh, you know what? A little thing about me, right? I'm originally from the Midwest. And so when I first encountered Nevaeh, right, I could already tell that Nevaeh was from the Midwest. And I know quite a few girls like her that are fast talkers, just like Nevaeh, and they move just like Nevaeh. So I already knew what type of time she was on when I first seen her. But I thoroughly believe that she could talk somebody right out their draws. I really do. She's one of them, and she's probably done a lot of it in her life. I can see that 1,000%. Um, uh-oh. Um, Definitely called her low down and sneaky, and that she tries to act like she's better than him, but basically she's the same. Yeah, they're the same person. Um, Not look like googly eyes to me. Um, it's something for you to get 7 tattoos on. Yeah, it was funny. And all she could do was sit there and stop calling me a goofy bitch. Like none of these girls ever really stand up to Blue for real. Like they just be saying little tidbits of stuff, but nobody ever really like just set fire to him the way they should. And I hate that for them. I really hate it for them. And then they just all end up back in the bed with him anyway. Anybody that said Junior is not Blueface son, look at Blueface finger. Yeah, and then y'all, I know there's a few people that are gonna be mad when I say this in the chat, but at certain angles, Junior be looking like Journey sometimes. I'm not even gonna lie. Certain angles, sometimes I can see it. I'm not saying they look exactly alike, like they're twins or anything like that, but at certain angles, not Blueface. Well, I guess baby Blueface. Um, Junior and Journey be looking like just a little bit, like down in the mouth area, kind of. Like it's almost like they have like the same smile or something like that, just a little bit. And like I said, looks are subjective. So if you don't agree, you don't agree. Just like I don't agree, Junior looks like Ronnie. We can agree to disagree. Don't get too upset about it though. Um, Let me see. Mm-mm. Oh, so y'all do see it. I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew I wasn't tripping. Um, I haven't I haven't looked for Javon in him, but there was I want to see if I can go back and find it actually one day. But there was this specific picture of Junior where he's laying like the camera is pointed at a certain angle, but it looks like a picture of Journey at the same time. Like they look alike in the picture. I haven't really looked in like seen Javon in him though. Um, I won't I won't argue with you about Blue said out his own mouth. Uh oh. What y'all doing in here? Hold on. Y'all calm down in the chat. I'll leave y'all to it though. Just don't get too riled up. Um Blue's brother Dre is much more handsome than him. I agree. I do agree with that. If I had to pick between the two, it would have been Dre, honestly. Um I don't know who the fuck Junior looked like. I see her cousin. I You know what? I see her cousin too. I do. I see her cousin. I see Journey a little bit. More than anybody, I just see Chrisean way more than anybody else. I don't see Ronnie, but I absolutely do see Chrisean, her cousin, and then at certain angles, Journey. That's it. Um, I won't ever say that he straight up looks like Blueface. I never really paid too much attention to the fingers before. I might have to investigate next time I see Junior's fingers. Um, Blue sister Callie is pretty. She gained a lot of weight. Still pretty though. I haven't seen Callie in a while. I don't think I've seen her in a while. But yeah, Callie is pretty too. I don't think none of Carlissa's kids are ugly. Blueface just isn't my type for real. And maybe it's the way he acts that makes him less attractive to me. I don't know. Um Baby Junior favors Javon a lot. Dre is model, handsome, sexy, and did time in jail too. He didn't get his face tattooed all up. Yeah, I Blueface, I think Blueface and Javon, not Javon, Dre had completely different prison stays too though. Cuz Blueface he didn't ask for those tattoos. They were forced upon him. So yeah. But yeah, Dre to me, Dre is definitely the more attractive of the two. Blue doesn't want to disable baby with people's believing Junior is Ronnie. That gave him good excuse not to be the daddy. Yeah, and I actually talked about that in another live. It's been said behind the scenes that the only reason Blueface doesn't claim Junior is because he's special needs and he's disabled. That's the only reason Blueface doesn't claim Junior. It's not because it's Krishan's baby or anything like that. It's because Junior has issues. That's why he doesn't claim him. Allegedly. And that's I didn't say it, they said it. This is from behind the scenes. The only reason Blueface does not claim Junior is because he's special needs. Junior looks like Krishan. He does. For the most part, that's who I see as Krishan. I don't everybody else it's like it has to be at a specific angle or something like that, but for the most part, I just see Krishan. Um mm, yeah, just y'all. I don't care if y'all disagree in the chat or nothing like that, but don't get too rowdy. Um Dre is fine, I agree, and Callie is gorgeous to me. Yeah, I think out of the three of Carlos's kids, I would say Dre and Callie are the best looking ones to me. Um Damn, we got all off topic. I'm all off in the chat. I think that was it. I think. No, we got a couple more clips of Jaidyn and Blue's night together, and then we're gonna move over into um Chrisean. Let me show y'all these last couple clips.
You back right now.
No, you said you wasn't comfortable around me because you don't know what I'm about to do.
On the way to here.
Yeah,
he said she show up at my house with the cameras and the people. I'm gonna show up at her house with the cameras and the people.
Nigga, we signed up for this when you was
That's
7.
what I
He was
said.
7 years old. We signed up for this.
No, I literally said, "Whoa, isn't that what you?" I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
Oh, he was trying to get me back.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Why?
When you was like,
Chat, ask her questions. What are y'all doing?
Damn. Said,
Ask her all the questions, chat. She's looking at the
They
chat
said-
right now.
Lock your balls up, man.
She's
Hold
reading the
on.
chat
They're
right now.
playing with him right now, babe. Don't be coming up here acting crazy on my babies.
where's the tape?
I had to get my cameo in.
You have duct tape? You have duct tape, Dad?
Babe, just
Y'all don't need TCS. Y'all need to ask
Hey,
questions. Y'all
pull
ain't
your
answering no
wood- pull your
questions. Y'all
wood
just
out on
saying shit.
Jonathan. Pull your,
Read
Yeah.
the chat, Mom. Read the chat.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, you don't want to talk about that.
Hey, don't do that.
What the fuck is going on?
Hey.
See, this is what I'm talking about. Like when people start talking about like Carlissa is like a good grandma and stuff like that, why are you telling your husband to pull his dick out on your son, grandkids running around, everything? This is what I be talking about. Hold on, y'all. No, I get you. I'm not being too serious about it. I don't ever mind if y'all are disagreeing in the chat or something like that. I don't mind if y'all have y'all discourse. But I feel what you're saying though, because I'm the same way. Yeah. It's okay though. I don't mind. How can that happen in jail? Forced to tattoo your face? A lot can happen in prison. I guess without going down the whole rabbit hole, a lot of stuff that happened to Blueface in prison was shit that was on Chrisean's behalf, basically. And when I say that, I mean Chrisean has been since Chrisean was a teenager, Chrisean has been involved in a lot. So when people can't touch her, then they're going to touch somebody she cares about or linked up with or something like that. So a lot of stuff that happened to Blueface while he was in prison was basically Blue just taking Chrisean's licks for her pretty much. And once it gets up to a certain point, like there are going to be people in prison that work for the prison that are also going to look the other way and things like that. There's a whole lot going on behind the scenes. I'll say that. So everything is not everything. Blueface is not some happy, jovial individual. Neither is Chrisean. They both have a lot on their plate. And that's part of the reason why Carlissa be looking all stressed out without the filter now too. There's a whole lot going on. But we'll leave that there for now. Yeah, Carlissa is nasty and trifling. All she want to do is talk about her son's dick, her man's dick, all that stuff. Like, why? I don't get that all the time. She said her husband's penis is bigger than Blue and his father's. She needs to go to therapy or some shit. It's not normal. It's not funny. It's weird. Yeah, and that's why I say too. I feel like Carlissa did something to Blueface when he was younger. Because the way I think all Carlissa's kids hate her, but for Blueface, it's like a little extra on it almost. And then of course we know him and Dre both came out and said that she taught them how to eat coochie and stuff like that. Carlissa is extremely weird and inappropriate. She's a starter of the circus and got Blue into all of it. Yeah. And that's why yesterday in the video that I released, or was it this morning I released it? I don't know. The video that I did yesterday, I said that Carlissa is the start of all the bullshit in the circus because she is. Carlissa is the mastermind behind all of it, I feel like. I don't think Blueface is really running nothing. Jaidyn definitely ain't running nothing. I think it's Carlissa. At least a good 95% of it is Carlissa. Yeah, she be looking stressed out all the time now. And then y'all know as soon as she wake up in the morning, she turns the camera on, get on live, and don't even wash her face or nothing first. So when the filter be moving, you could see like how dark her eyes are around her eyes. Her face just looks tired all the time, and then she got that big ass bald spot. I think she's just stressed out all the time, and she should be. Because they get on the internet and they play like everything is everything. And you know, now that Blueface is home, everything's going great. And it's not. It's not. It's like they're just biding their time basically right now. Blue said in one of his live, Carlissa wants him. I wouldn't be surprised if she did, honestly, because the way she talks about his dick and then always comparing it to her husband's and stuff like that, I wouldn't be surprised. Let me see where we at. We did this one.
And she won $19,000. This is $19,000 right here.
Spend that shit.
Off $1,800. They're homies. And you know she paying a P. You know what I mean?
Let me hold a couple dollars
Election.
for that. I gotta get a.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
I just need to borrow a couple. Damn, I'm gonna give it back on payday. I'm gonna give it back on payday.
Said what?
What?
Oh, you put your money up when your mama come around. You see how they do you?
Playing what? Playing blackjack. Playing blackjack, chat.
Y'all think Blueface gonna run off with Jaidyn's money? Because if she won all that money at the casino, why is it in his hands? And didn't she say, I think somebody said it earlier in the chat about how he bought that money. Y'all remember when he was on stream and he took that money and acted like he was gonna leave it with Javon, and Jaidyn said he didn't leave nothing? Y'all think he's gonna run off with the casino money? I would have never let Blueface hold my money, especially not knowing his financial situation. And if Jaidyn is already saying he be playing about the money and he don't really be leaving nothing for real, I would have never let him hold my money. Blueface is the type of nigga to take your money, you let him hold it, and he take it and put it in his pocket and act like he don't know what happened to it. Hold on. So they went after Blue because they can't get to her, like revenge for Seth. It makes sense. She fed. Yeah. Basically, that's what happened. Like people, Chrisean has fucked a lot of people over. And not all of them can get to her. So they see he's in jail and he don't have nowhere to go. He's basically a sitting duck. So they just did whatever to him. Blueface allegedly, Blueface was getting beat up all the time. Teeth knocked out, all kinds of shit. Yeah, he didn't have a good time in there. I know he likes to get online and act like he did. And like I told y'all the other day, there's a guy on YouTube that was talking about Blueface's prison stay too. We might review some of his videos one day. So y'all can get more of an idea. I have to go back and find his page though. I forgot what his name was. But everything he was saying was aligning with what other people have been saying about his prison stay too. Carlissa promotes this whole public lifestyle to them, knowing that drama creates a following. Yeah, and I think that's what it is. I think especially for Jaidyn, she presents it to her like this is her only way to live, pretty much. And Blueface, I think he's just, this is all he knows now that he doesn't really have like a rap career for real. So I just think that's what it is for him. That's Blue's money because he got all them lawsuits. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised at all if all that money was just given to him. Even though she be online crying about how Nevaeh gets more money than her and talking about as long as he pull up with my daycare money and this, that, and the third, I wouldn't be surprised at all if she gave him that money. And I wouldn't be surprised that the majority of the money that gets made off the circus goes to helping Blueface with his legal matters. I really wouldn't. Because like I said, nobody, as far as like material things and things like that, nobody is really coming up in the circus. Um, Nobody. Like I said, Jaidyn, she crashed that G-Wagon. She had to downgrade all the way to a way lower model of a Benz. I don't hold on. What? So it technically is his money since he can't gamble. I forgot about the fact that he can't gamble. Mm-mm. No, I would have had to get some off top. I don't care. I don't care if he gave me the money to gamble with or anything like that. I would have had to take some off top just for pain and suffering. Service fee something. Uh he already said she's not getting none of it when the chat asked if she was getting a cut. See, that's what I'm talking about when I say Jaidyn is dumb and delusional. Cause we know he would have did some shit like that with Chrisean. Cause Chrisean herself said she used to have to pay him 20,000 a weekend just to get him to stay with her and not go home. And Chrisean signed her Zeus checks over to him and everything. She wasn't seeing any of that money. It was going straight to him. And here Jaidyn is going to the casino and gambling for him and then returning with the cut. Especially if he didn't go to the casino, I would have told him I didn't win shit. And I would have just kept all of it in my pocket. The hell? Mm-mm. No way. Look how creators go up on this topic much faster than any average channel because people love toxic drama. Yeah, they do. They really do. And a lot of people, I think a lot of people feel extremely connected to it because they've lived a life like this at some point. Not quite as bad as this, but along the same line. So it does something for them, like it rings bells for them and it makes them feel like they weren't alone in their toxic situation. I heard that he took beatings for messing with Rock as a pet. Yeah, he did. A lot of the things that happened to Blue in prison, they were for him they were for him being in alignment with Chrisean, basically. If he had a cut Chrisean off a long time ago and he didn't know she was a Fed or anything like that, he probably wouldn't have had as bad of a time in prison. But Blueface knows Chrisean is an informant, just like Whack 100 knows. They all know Chrisean is an informant. That's why when Blue runs around doing this whole, oh, I'm a Crip, schoolyard Crip, all that other stuff. If you're supposed to be a Crip, why are you running around with a federal informant? You know? And he paid for that in prison. He's probably not done paying for it either, honestly. You know how many men Rock probably got locked or set up. He better stay away from that snitch demon. Yeah, I don't think Blueface cares. Like I said, I think Blueface gave up on life for real. Because Blueface knows a lot, and for some reason people don't think that Blueface knows a lot of the stuff that Chrisean has done, and he does, and he still just continues to be aligned with her. He really gonna pick that crackhead over anything every single time. Carlissa said on one of her lives on Mad Day that Blue got beat up when he was in jail. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying too. When Carlissa acts like Blue is doing so well, Carlissa knows everything that happened to Blue in jail. And Carlissa, every time Blueface really pisses Carlissa off, that's really the only time that I listen to Carlissa's lives. Because every once in a while, usually she'll drop 1 to 2 pieces of tea, or she'll confirm something that's already been discussed behind the scenes, that's already been alleged behind the scenes. So like him getting beat up, she confirms. And then there was another live where she was, I don't remember what he had done, but she was mad. And she said something about, you might want to stop talking before I tell everybody your preference. And then she said that he had the same preference as his dad, right? Now, behind the scenes, it has been alleged too that not only Blueface has PDF allegations, but so does Blueface's dad. So I don't know if she was finna come out and tell that, or I don't know what was finna happen, or she was gonna speak on the gay allegations or what. I don't know what was gonna happen, but she said that too. And I feel like one day, if he pisses her off just enough, she's gonna revisit that topic for real. So that's the only time I really listen to Carlissa's lies is when she's mad at Blue, because every once in a while she'll tell the truth. Um, nobody on TPI. Yeah, nothing is going well for none of them. Nothing. You would have thought Jaidyn would have had a house bought for her net by now and everything, and she's still just in the rentals. Um, I'm gonna need a few thousand if I gambled for him. His debt. Exactly. I wouldn't, as much as Jaidyn has been through, I wouldn't give two fucks about Blueface's debt. Not two fucks about that man's debt. He did that on his own. I would have ran off with the whole stack. He wouldn't have knew nothing about it. I would have just said, yeah, you know, I wouldn't even went to the casino. Especially if he did not go with her. I would have told him I was going to the casino. I would have went out and had me a nice dinner, uh, went to a lounge or something like that. I would have kept all his money in my pocket. I wouldn't even went gambling. That little, what did he say, 1900, 1800, something like that. I would have just kept that in my pocket. And if I did go gamble with it, I would have kept all of it. I wouldn't have gave him nothing back. For what? Um, I came into it because I had some similarities to these girls too. Yes, I connected via that, and I stayed still talking on it now because I have the connection with Junior. Sorry, y'all. Um, yeah, I can see that. And I think because honestly, like I said at first when I started watching, it was because I wanted to know what was wrong with Chrisean. Um, and then at some point it was entertainment for me. Like I showed y'all we watched the video where they fake got married in the store that one day, and Chrisean was acting like her breath was taken away. Stuff like that used to happen all the time, and that was funny to me, and it still is funny to me. But once Chrisean got pregnant and Junior was born, it stopped being funny to me. It really did. Just to see everybody, the way everybody was playing with that little boy, and still is. I don't like it. I don't. And I think it shows a lot about everybody's character. Because even right down to Carlissa, everybody is playing with a special needs disabled child. We're creating storylines off of him and everything else. Junior has never even had a room, but he's had a million different storylines created off his back, basically. And that's insane to me. He can't do anything for himself. He can't even hold his own bottle, but he's been the start of so many different storylines for these people to get views and money off of. Um, Maybe this island got all kind of creatures. Exactly. Like when I think of TPI, there's nothing good about it. It's like it's a jump scare at every turn. Every single turn, even down to the kids. Imagine just walking down the street and Journey just run out of nowhere cussing and yelling, calling somebody a motherfucker, all that. It's scary out on TPI. Um, Let me see. I think that was the last video I had of Blueface and Jaidyn. Let's get on over to Chrisean raggedy ass. I'm gonna start off right here. Hold on. I'm gonna start off right here with Chrisean. Shout out to Corey for this. But supposedly Terrence, one of Chrisean's older brothers, um, I guess he was I forgot to get the whole post. Wait, is this it? Hold on. Nah. I guess he was not talking so highly of Chrisean on his post, and I should have got the whole post, and for some reason I forgot it. But the comments were the star of the show for real, because Chrisean's fans are, of course, in his comments. If y'all been around long enough, y'all know Chrisean's fans, they love telling Chrisean's family that they're wrong about Chrisean whenever they hold her accountable or say anything going against her or anything like that, as if they know Chrisean better than her. So this first comment from one of her fans, it says, "I'm confused as to what nonsense she's out here doing. I understand before, but all I see is growing and positivity on her end now," which no. And then Terrence, he says, "You should read more books and watch less baddies episodes. This post message wasn't that hard to understand. It's actually a very simple message." And that's the same thing I be saying to them bitches when they start arguing with me in the comments. Like, they really think that Chrisean is, like, just some kinda star, and she is just the best thing walking on earth, and Chrisean is one of the raggediest bitches alive, and all she does is play in their face, and they still haven't gotten enough of it yet. Because to say that all you see is growing and positivity when Chrisean is just always around doing bullshit, she's abusing her child, now she's exploiting her child, everything else, what positivity and growth do you see? Um, but the next comment, her name help you sell them books. Like, and look, y'all know how we always say that Chrisean's fans have a certain look. Look at can y'all see this lady's picture? I don't can I zoom in on here? Hold on. I don't know. But do y'all see her picture? Like this is the other scary shit on TPI is Chrisean's fans. Anyway, but she said her name help you sell them books, and he said unfortunately many of her fans are proudly ignorant and they not into books. Facts, true story. They say it loud. They say it loud in the mall all day long. I don't read. I respond, I know because you aren't smart enough to understand that some you shouldn't say out loud. 98% of my support comes from middle-aged black women and older. My Shauna mama rather watch baddies. Yeah. Chrisean ain't read no books and neither her fans. All of them are ignorant as hell. I'm surprised he's clapping back at her fans though, because usually he be letting them live. Somebody said, damn, this was insensitive. She's still your sister and can't undo family, especially a sibling, a younger sibling at that. No guidance, but she's trying regardless if she was wrong or right. A fan said they love Chrisean and you went and bought up the negative. Seems like everybody raised her. All of y'all say the same things, but remember, we wouldn't know y'all existed if it weren't for Chrisean. And then he said most of us didn't ask or want this fame. And I think that's true too. Because I think only as far as what he said about them not asking for or wanting the fame, because not all of Chrisean's family want to be on the camera like that. Like I think I talked about on this channel before how Chrisean's sister Sierra, we never hear nothing from her. We never see or hear nothing from her. And then like Mookie and Eugene, you don't ever see them really going live from prison talking about how they're Chrisean's brothers and blah blah blah. It's more so Chastity that'll bring them up. I don't for a second think that all of Chrisean's family wants to be in the limelight like that. And so when people say dumb shit like we wouldn't know y'all existed if it weren't for Chrisean, who gives a fuck for real? Because none of them are benefiting from it. Every single one of Chrisean's family members are still in the trenches exactly where they were before Chrisean got famous. So who cares about being known? You know what I'm saying? It's like they got people all up in their business now for no reason because they're not even getting paid for it. They haven't reaped any benefits whatsoever for Chrisean just bullshitting on the internet all the time, except for people in their business, and that's it. Let me read y'all comments real quick, and then we're gonna get into Chrisean and Junior. Remember he ran off with money she made off that Barbie. I do remember that. That in itself. I'm sorry. That the way Jaidyn reps that song, like she went and got Barbie tattooed on her and all that other shit, and she really benefited absolutely nothing from that song besides the attention, and that's it. Because Blueface got all that money. All of it. Just to help himself. She didn't get none of it. And like I said before, I don't think that Jaidyn is still eating off Barbie like that because nobody gives a damn about that song anymore. The only time you hear it is when she performs it on stage with him. That's it. Junior being bored made this shit super disturbing. I was like, damn, he really don't have anybody to give a fuck about him. That's sad. Yeah, he has absolutely nobody. Even like new people that come in and you think, okay, maybe since they're holding him or something like that, maybe they'll step up for him. No. I think the most I've ever seen anybody do, like, in defense of Junior was when he was laying on the floor while Chrisean was on live that time, and, I forgot whose man it was, but it was, like, a taller man with dreads. He went in and picked Junior up off the floor. I think that's the most I've ever seen anybody do to, like, help Junior out for real. Everybody else, they just sit there and look at him for real. And nobody ever does or says anything. Nobody ever corrects Chrisean, anything like that. Junior just be on his own out here for real. Um, yeah. And that's the thing. I feel like if they could like completely, I don't know how many people would be receptive to this, but they could completely like switch the narrative of the circus and start getting Junior help for real. They really could. And that would be a whole thing. Like if they all work together, like Blueface, uh not Jade. I don't really care if Jaden helps him or not, because that's not her child. But like Blueface, Carlissa, Mr. Saffold, Chrisean, if they could come together and like actually start helping Junior and start taking care of him for real, instead of all this extra shit that Chrisean does and doing this whole DNA narrative and Blueface is denying him and all that shit, they could probably make some good money off of that, since they absolutely have to make money off Junior's back now. Just help him and put that on camera. Junior is a prop to them, absolutely. One time somebody said Junior is like Chrisean's purse. And every time I hear somebody say that he's a prop, that's what I think of now, is Junior as a purse. I know that's bad. I'm sorry. Junior is scary. Journey is scarier when she does that Child's Play's voice. I don't trust it. Journey might be a little demon for real. I'm not gonna lie. She might. There's something in her. Maybe she gets it from Jaden for real. I wouldn't even want to be attached to Chrisean. I wouldn't at all. But Blueface, he got to lay with that since he chose to stay attached to her. Because Blueface could have let Chrisean go when Bad Girls Club was over back in 2020, but he decided not to. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, well, she wouldn't leave him alone, and she was stalking him and breaking into his house and blah, blah, blah." And she absolutely was. Chrisean used to break into Blueface's house all the time. That's true. But at some point, you got to do something, because he didn't want to call the police or anything like that. But you got to do something. If he really and truly didn't want anything to do with Chrisean, he could have dropped her off completely, but he chose not to. So now he got to hold that. The only thing they got was a few crab legs. The fucking crabs be killing me. Blueface, because do y'all see, like, I keep saying these families are alike in so many ways, right? And I can't help but think that, like, Chrisean is probably copying Blueface with this. But Blueface keeps taking the family to his crab shack, right? And then Chrisean keeps taking her family to go get crab legs. Anytime Chrisean got some money to spend, she take her family to go get crab legs. I don't know if that's some kind of message or what, but it might be, actually. Hold on, I'm cooking, y'all. It might be a message. Because like I said, Chrisean hates Blueface. And Chrisean's family is the one that took Ronnie out. So maybe whenever she takes her family out to like eat crabs and they're cracking crab legs and stuff like that, crab is like a derogatory term for the word crip. Maybe that's what she's doing. She's sending a message. Because Chrisean be sending messages through her pictures and videos and lives and shit like that. She do be sending messages. So maybe she's sending a message. I don't know. Allegedly. I'm not saying that it's fact, but it's just an idea. Yeah, I think I remember it was Tessa or Tareen's man, and I really want to say it was Tessa's man, but I can't remember for sure. Because I feel like that's the same one that we seen when Tessa was doing the back bend on top of the car butt naked. I feel like that was her man. You said I might be onto something. Sometimes I just start really thinking about this shit. and Chrisean sends a lot of messages. If you pay attention to Chrisean, she sends a lot of little subtle messages through the shit that she posts online, so she doesn't actually have to come out and say it. Maybe one day we'll do a live about like the different times that Chrisean has sent messages to people without actually saying anything for real. But I wouldn't be surprised at all. Um, that's why Jaidyn drinks to cope with Blue. He's a narcissist. I think that's why too. I think Blue be having Jaidyn absolutely stressed out, and that's why she be drunk all the time. Um, to do we can die. Die for the key. What do you mean by that? Wax said he was fighting for Chrisean to leave and Blueface was fighting him for Chrisean to stay. I think that was what was happening at first, because at first Whack 100 really was not rocking with Chrisean like that. Because of all the shit that she was doing, especially when she tried to have him set up. And I think after a while, Whack realized that like Blueface was never going to stop messing with Chrisean. So he just accepted her too. Cause even like y'all know some of the interviews that Whack 100 did while Blueface was locked up, and he was talking about how Blue really loves Chrisean and he's not gonna leave her alone and stuff like that. I think by that point he had already accepted that Chrisean wasn't going nowhere. So he just went with the move basically. Hold on. Sometimes I just gotta stop and think, and I'm like, hold on a second. He kept Rock around a while because Rock literally pays him to be with him, gives him all her money just to be. Yeah. Yeah, she was paying him, and that's for the most part why he kept her around at first. But my thing is like even after the money stopped for her, like he was still low key dealing with her for real. You know, and then even now, I don't know if she's paying him now. Um, I don't know if she's blackmailing him now. I don't know what the deal is with them hanging out right now, or him going to hang out with her now. Because to my understanding, he knows that she wrote a Fed statement on him now. So I don't get what the I don't know if he's just playing the game along with her, or he's just giving up. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we'll find out soon. But I would like to know. They probably all have crabs, probably so. Just around there spreading their juices around between each other. Jaidyn and Carlissa having heartache because Chrisean is coming to Cali tomorrow. I want to see what's gonna happen. Because Chrisean, he said she's coming to Cali to train, but she can train in Baltimore. I want to see what's gonna happen for real. Crabs is definitely in Baltimore things. We love crabs over here. I know, but the timing of the family crab trips is what really be throwing me off. Cause it always happens like when there's like some beef going on or something like that, or Blueface has recently said something that Chrisean doesn't like. Like I said, I might be wrong and they might just like to eat crabs and it doesn't have anything to do with anything, but I wouldn't be surprised. She said she wasn't going to be about getting with him when coming to Cali. Yes, she is. And then too, y'all know we talked about how Chrisean has been trying to leave Junior with people just in case anything happens while she's gone or whatever, then she can put the blame on them. That y'all heard her say that she wants to drop Junior off with Blueface. But y'all remember when Blueface first got out, she wouldn't leave him alone with Blue and his family when they went to the arcade or whatever. So what's changed? You know? We just got to stay tuned and see what's going to happen. Welcome in. But as much money as she gave him, she made sure his ass was so deep in debt that it really don't even matter. Facts. Absolutely. That's the crazy part. He went along with all that with Chrisean right? And got all that money from her and don't have anything to show for it, just like she don't have nothing to show for being with him either, except for Junior. That's all she got for show to show she was with Blueface for all that time. Um nobody gets anything of any value out of the circus for real. Junior should be valuable to Chrisean, but since she made him that way, he's not. But let's get to hold on. Let me since we're already on the topic of Chrisean and Blueface, let me put this up here.
We did that messy one. He know what you're talking about too. You trying to change the subject.
Who's the designer?
Why you think that's the story post and delete it?
Oh shit!
Look, he know what you're talking about.
They told me to delete it.
So y'all hear she asked him why you make that story post and delete it, and then he says they told me to do it. So she wanted everybody to know that Blueface was in Baltimore with her. And now everybody else can confirm that he was in Baltimore with her. So when Chrisean is sitting up talking about I don't want to be a part of the circus and blah blah blah. Yes, she does. And y'all see how Chrisean is back to wearing this fucking makeup again. And she's still spraying her face with hairspray to seal it in clearly. She stopped doing that while she was on her little walk with Jesus again for a while. She wanted to look all pure and innocent, and now she's back to wearing the makeup with the hairspray setting spray. Um let me see. Mm. And then here's her story. Like I guess she wants everybody to think that Junior is progressing, but at the end of the day, Junior is almost 3 years old and he's in a playpen. And I don't understand why she keeps him in that playpen either, because he's not going nowhere. Like, he is not going nowhere at all. And all she just keeps setting him up like on the edge of it so he can hold himself up with his arms, and that's it. And then to act like he's standing up on his own for real. She set him look, she stood him up and put his arms up on the edge so he could balance himself. Ran and got a little picture or whatever, or a little boomerang, because she don't ever do like no whole real videos unless she plans to play them in reverse. And then snap the boomerang, and then that's it. And she want everybody to think he's doing something for real. Um, let's get to this next clip from Corey. This one is I want to say it's like 5 minutes long or something like that. But yeah, here's something for y'all to watch. And Junior, and I put this comment up. I bet she's watching on her phone, acting like she was sleeping. Cause I kind of thought that when I first watched this clip too. Cause Junior was just moving around by himself. She acting like she's asleep. And then it was almost like he started moving around too much. Like when he started trying to like low key get out the covers or whatever. And then she just all of a sudden turned over, acting like she was ready to get up and deal with him, but then she just passed him off to Charla or whoever else was in the house with her. Chrisean is full of shit. She really is. And to see Junior, because he's like he's still in the same state as like a 6 or 7 month old. So he's acting like he's giving all the cues that he's hungry. And Junior probably ain't had no Pediasure since like 2 days before that, probably. I don't, because he don't actually eat, so all he can drink is Pediasure and milk. I'm pretty sure he hasn't had none at all recently. And then she get up talking about, hey man, like she's so happy to see him, but you're starving him. And that's what that out of everything that like Chrisean does to this boy and has done to this boy, like the simplest thing that she could do for him is just feed him. Even at this point, like all he can do is drink milk and Pediasure. Even at this point, she could at least still feed him, you know? Cuz I don't know if a lot of y'all remember this, but back when he was still a baby, probably I want to say this was on the same day that Carlissa had went over to Chrisean's house that time to meet Junior for the first time. She said something about how she low-key starves him so he don't get to be too big. And somebody caught it, and I don't remember if it was like on one of those lives that or videos that Zio released after he wasn't friends with Chrisean no more, but somebody caught it, and it just always bothered me. Like, how can you not feed him at all? Like, it was enough that you did everything that you did to him during pregnancy, and now you're still neglecting him and abusing him and shit. But how hard is it to just give him a fucking bottle? I don't understand that. Like, how you have to be an absolute fucking demon to have it. Don't even have to be your child, to have a child around you 24/7 and not care whether they eat or not. And people are really fans of this bitch, like hyping her up. Oh, like y'all remember that bitch the other day on Saturday when she came in the comments talking about you don't want to see her shine? Fuck no. She don't even want to see her son live, and I'm supposed to want to see her shine? That's crazy. Absolutely disgusting. Fucking pajamas was probably all dirty and everything else. She do not care about this boy. And then let me see if I can fast forward and find it real quick. You see when she get up, she tried to give Junior a kiss and he turned his head away. Yeah, don't kiss me, bitch. That's Junior. No, he's tired of her too. She tired of Junior and Junior tired of her. Baby just starving. Well, toddler just starving. And she patting him on the back like he's a newborn or something, trying to burp him. I can't stand this bitch. I really can't. And then this fucking toddler bed is still killing me. It's still killing me. Because her fans bought her this toddler bed so they can just infantilize her even more. Because they love talking about how she's a young girl and she just needs help and guidance and blah, blah, blah. She's 26 years old. She knows what the fuck to do. She chooses not to do it. I can't wait. Like, the way people have been getting Blue Stream banned every time he gets into it with Jaidyn or does something disrespectful to Jaidyn. People need to be over on Chrisean's stream reporting her shit too. Because there's no way that she plans on just streaming the neglect of her child and people are just sitting up and watching it. It really is like she gets off on this shit. Like she gets off on clearly um like not taking care of Junior and having people watch it. Hold on, let me go get this other video real quick. Hold on, y'all. Take a commercial break.
I know the weight of guilt that has sat on them because of that. Like they just be. Now you got some people to take a life, and the heart is so numb to humanity they don't feel it. But I've known people who have taken lives and they wrestle with guilt. It's like they almost be like traumatized. And then the people he dragged off to prison, lives he ruined. And you don't think there was times when that tormented him in his mind.
I'm gonna go get his ball pit.
But he had to forget. And I think there's times when the memory is there. Number two, as Phil was talking about Acts chapter 7 and the life of the first martyr, Stephen, he's martyred. Saul is watching him and he's suffering. Saul murders other believers. But there's a revelation in that. Someone is watching how we suffer in this season, and it is shaping their salvation. Right? Saul watched the suffering of other believers, and it shaped his salvation. It shaped him.
So there's Chrisean, bullshitting as usual. So if y'all saw like this whole clip, I didn't want to record the whole thing because it was super long. But here she is adjusting the damn camera, making sure that nobody can see what's going on, right? What's really going on. How y'all think she was moving Junior across the floor? I think that she either had his feet on top of hers and she was moving across the floor, or she was like pushing his legs with her feet. What y'all think she was doing? Either whatever it was that she was doing, it was out of pocket because she knows he can't walk just like everybody else does with this stupid shit. Like y'all see how at first she was trying to stand in front of him and do it, and his ass wasn't going nowhere. Just low-key falling down. Look at him. And she got to check the camera and make sure nobody can see what's really going on or nothing. This also stupid. I can't. The thing that like pisses me off the most about this, about how she like plays these little games online and acts like she's helping him when she's not, is she could have gotten him all this help already. I'm not necessarily going to say that Junior would have been like 100% walking right now, but at least maybe he would have had a chance at it. Just but to completely neglect getting your child any help whatsoever, especially like in the early stages where it's most important. Instead, just throw him to the wayside, not really care about what's going on with him at all. And then to just be staging all these milestones instead of just getting him actual help so he can do the things that you're saying that he can do. Like that's what irritates the fuck out of me, because what's the point? You could have a child, even if he has issues, you could have a child that had some sense of normalcy if you had did what you were supposed to do, but you just chose not to. And like I said, this bitch really has fans. Let me see what y'all are saying in the comments. I'm gonna go through the comments and then we're gonna get up out of here. Y'all know we gotta go to work in the morning. We're not on TPI where we can just stay on the internet all day. Blueface is in on this sick Illuminati-ish as well. Yeah, I believe that too. Serial Unaliver starts with animals, and we all know what she did to the poor dog. Yeah, Chrisean has been harming animals and people for the longest. Because I don't know if y'all have ever heard the story about how she allegedly burned one of her siblings' toes when she was younger. Like Chrisean has been harming people and things for a long time. That's why, and all her family did was make excuses for her, send her to Shepherd Pratt a few times, and that was it. She won't show his feet if he walking. Yeah. And the hiding of them feet. I think I talked about that on Saturday when she when she'd pick him up in the stream and then she would hold his feet so the stream couldn't see it. Like nobody know what his feet look like already. Junior serving a life sentence with this damn imbecile. Free Junior for real. Free Junior. Because it's crazy at this point. Plenty of people have been arrested for starving their children while streaming. Hopefully she is. I don't, because it just seems like she's getting away with whatever. Maybe not. They might come pick her up. That would be. What if they came and picked her up on stream? That would be funny. Since she want to stream some shit so bad. Stream your apprehension. Hey chat, first time here. I've seen a few of your vids though, and you're welcome in, Kayla Rain. Thank you. Imagine how evil she was as a kid. Supposedly, Chrisean was a straight up demon when she was a kid. A straight up demon, and I believe every bit of it because she still is. She might get on the internet and fool some people, but Chrisean is an absolute demon. Chrisean does nothing in her spare time but watch what Blueface is doing. I believe she keeps someone there with her so she doesn't beat on Junior, and she knows we'd be looking for the bumps and bruises. Yeah, I kind of thought about that before too. And we know all she does when she's not on camera is Blueface, Jaidyn, because supposedly Chrisean does have a real obsession with Jaidyn. And I kind of talked about that a little bit before about like how Blueface, I feel like Blueface kind of started that too, because he used to tell Chrisean to get her hair done like Jaidyn and wear clothes like Jaidyn would wear and stuff like that. So he might have played a hand in her obsession with Jaidyn too, but supposedly Chrisean is extremely obsessed with Jaidyn on the low. Like that's one of the first things she does in the morning is check to see what Jaidyn is doing. Allegedly. Yeah, I think she's just dragging him along for real. Like he was not moving on his own. We all know, well, Rocktards don't know that, but we all know that for real. Did you peep the background though? The guy said something about watching people suffering or some shit. Yeah, I didn't listen to it on this go around of watching the video, but when I first watched this on Instagram, I actually had to mute it. Because it just seemed like some demonic shit and I didn't want to hear it. So I just didn't even listen to it. But I heard the beginning of it, and it probably was on purpose. Because like I said, she be doing a lot of shit on purpose. Like when I think I talked about it in my last video about how she was holding down his legs with the book or whatever, so he couldn't go anywhere. And then when she accidentally quote yelled behind him and it startled him and he started crying, I feel like she did that shit on purpose too. I feel like she really does just like watching Junior suffer. And I feel like that's the only reason he's still here for real, and she hasn't offed him yet is because she just likes to watch him suffer. And then the fact that there's so many people watching Junior that she can't just safely get away with it. I feel like if Chrisean wasn't in the public eye anymore, like she had been completely canceled, she didn't have a stream or a social media presence at all anymore, I feel like Junior would have been gone, honestly. But now she can't do too much anything without people asking where Junior is. So, um, there's that. Um Y'all want that to be the commercial? I'll put I'll put a few more videos in the rotation. We won't do like a new commercial every time. I'll give y'all your y'all favorite commercials. He can't even solid stand, so she pretend play yeah, Junior that's the sad thing is that Junior really can't do anything. Like something just as simple as standing up, he can't even do. He can't feed himself, he can't stand up. All Junior can do is clap, basically. And then when Chrisean makes the um the kissing noise, he'll lean in for a kiss. And that is so sad, bruh. It really is. Um yeah, she ain't never gonna make an attempt to help him at all. She's crazy, so to her, this is living in the delusion. It's scary though. Yeah, it is scary. And it's scary to know that somebody like Chrisean is out on the loose in general. Not even just for Junior's sake. Like in general, it's scary to know that somebody like her is just allowed to run around freely. Especially knowing that the government she's property of the federal government. At this point, just make her like a CIA experiment, but within a lab or something. Take her off the streets though. If the government is listening, take y'all experiment back home, please. Um, yeah. Yeah, she's gotten away with murders, all kinds of shit. Just anything she does, she's gotten away with. And when you really like once you kind of start like learning about shit like behind the scenes and stuff like that, Chrisean, she's only 26, but she's done so much in her life and none of it is good. None of it is good. I've never seen somebody live such a wild life before. Like, I started, going down the rabbit hole of some new shit the other day, and I'm not gonna talk about it right now because I don't know enough yet. But I started going down the rabbit hole of some new shit the other day, and it's almost like, how the fuck did she even have time to do all this? Like, Chrisean has done a lot, and like I said, none of it is good. I don't understand it. It's like she literally just lives for chaos. She's just an agent of chaos. That's all she is. That's all she was placed on this earth to do by the devil, was cause chaos and destruction everywhere she goes. And that's exactly why nothing in her life prospers at all. Let me read a few more comments. Chrisean seems to befriend Marsh, and she will be doing her lashes when she comes to Cali. I think she befriend her because she's gonna be in Cali for 2 weeks. Oh, did they get back together as friends again? I missed that. Chrisean and Marsh are back together, huh? Hmm. Um. She's gonna expose so much more streaming. It's just a shame the law does nothing. Yeah, and it's kind of like the first time she started streaming. Didn't her stream get banned within like 48 hours because of all the neglect that was going on, basically? I wouldn't be surprised if the same thing happens again, but I feel like this first live should have did it. This first stream should have did it. Uh or was this the first one? This first 24-hour stream that she did should have got her banned for real. Because like somebody said, I think it was Nature that said it earlier, to do a whole 24-hour stream and not feed your child at all the whole time. It really is sad. She left him dead out by the ocean to get got supposedly. Yeah, I covered that over here in another video. I forgot which video it was, but we talked about how she left him out on the shoreline so he could she had paid a deposit to somebody from the black market to come get him. And then she was pacing back and forth down the street cuz they ran off with the deposit and didn't take Junior. I wonder that night that them people ran off with her money and didn't actually take Junior. I wonder, like, if she abused Junior that night. Like, if she took her anger out on Junior. 'Cause I'm pretty sure she does take her anger out on Junior all the time, and that seems like it will be something that set her off for real. 'Cause she really thought she was gonna get rid of him that night. Um, I can't wait for China to see her channel. I can't wait either. I can't wait either. Fuck China. If she sees this video, fuck China. Because Chrisean don't even like China. But the way China sits up and just dick rides for Chrisean, and then she got her name as Chrisean Rock's older sister, bitch, she don't even like you. The only time she pretends like she likes China is when she needs her to get online and lie for her. When she gets that when as long as Chrisean is sending the cash apps, it's okay, basically. But that's it. After and that's how they do Charla too. When they need Charla to get up online and go against another sibling or something like that, they buy her some dope, put a couple dollars in her pocket, she get up on live, and that's it. I forgot which sibling it was. It might have been Chrisean actually. Um that got Charla up on live and she started talking and you could tell that Charla was like irritated with it or something. So, but you could hear her like once she got done talking, she was like, "Okay, I need the money" or something like that. Like it was just so unserious, but that's how they do. They use Charla when they need her to go against one of the other siblings, and then Chrisean uses China when she need a mouthpiece. And we know Tareen and Tessa and all them, they don't really be getting online and doing the extras for her no more. So now she got to use China to do it. Um, I know one thing I would never I would never ever want her crazy ass near me at all. That's why I don't like y'all know back before she really started like getting deep into being more so canceled, right? People would just jump at the chance to like be in alignment with Chrisean and I never understood it. 'Cause it's not like anything like the behavior with Junior is new, but nothing else is new for real. She's been acting like this as long as she's been on the scene. I never understood why people would just jump to, like, be in her presence. I would never wanna be around her ever. I would feel like my life was in danger if I was around Chrisean. I would feel unclean, I would feel like my life was in danger, everything. I would never wanna be around her or anybody like her. That was the 4th time she yelled, he only cried on the last time she pinched him. Oh, she pinched him? Let me go back and look. Hold on, y'all. Let me put the video up. If I can find it. Hold on. Mm. Never mind, y'all. I thought I still had it up here. I guess not. I'll have to go back and look at it though. I didn't realize she pinched him. Um, I did see though in like a longer clip than the one I had originally. I saw where he was he had been talking. She was talking and he had jumped a little bit. So I did see where he did jump before he started crying. Mm, let me see. There has to be something because I know people who are in no way are unfit, get them called. Yeah, that's her informant status working. And then supposedly she has family that works for Baltimore CPS too. So anytime like people call CPS in Baltimore, they've basically been told to ignore the calls because she has family that's like higher up in CPS. Um like I've kind of been talking about it the past few days, but Chrisean really can get people to do whatever for her. Because even if I was her family member, there would be no way that I would be protecting her for just straight up ruining her child the way she has, and then continuing to abuse and neglect him. China Lion ass talking about he was walking recently. Now Chrisean doing struggle lives. Yeah. And that was the thing too, because not Chrisean, China, she said that before. It was like right before Chrisean did that. She bought the treadmill and the little jumper out, talking about that's his physical therapy equipment. So a lot of people were going in on China because they were like, how are you saying he was walking, but now she's showing that he can't walk? All they do is lie. All they do is lie, lie, lie. Uh, it was Krusty Mama. That's who it was. I kind of thought it was Chrisean's live. She that she had Charla on there talking for her. Um, but yeah, every time they need to go against each other, they gonna make sure they get Charla high and get her on camera talking. And then later on, they'll talk about how another one was mistreating mommy when they all do it. They all do it. None of them like that lady, just like they don't like each other. Yeah, if Chrisean had a girl, it would have been extremely worse. And I thought about that too one day. It was probably best that she did have a boy. But then too, I don't know. I feel like if she had a girl, people are more sensitive about girls. So I feel like somebody probably would have stepped in by now and just ended it. I don't know. But I feel like if it had been a girl, people would have stepped in and ended it by now. Because to me, it seems like people are a lot more sensitive about girl children than boy children. Um, I remember that she asked Chrisean, "Are you gonna send me the money?" And Chrisean, as much as she loves to edit videos and shit, it wasn't. I don't even think it was a live that she did it on. It was just a regular video that she posted. She could have went back and edited that shit out. She really just left it in there. But that's what I'm talking about with the unserious shit too. Like you just gonna leave that in there. Oh my god, she's horrible. I wish she'd leave the boy alone. He's so defenseless, they can't even protect his face. Yeah. Like I said, I think she just gets off on it. I don't think anything else besides that. Besides she just gets off on it. Um, it will be even worse because she's the type to be jealous of her daughter. Poor Junior already, but I hope he never. Yeah, I think because allegedly that's the reason why Chrisean doesn't like Journey is because y'all notice that Chrisean really never has nothing to say about Javon. Like every once in a while she would mention Javon or something. But when Journey was born, it's like it turned up another notch. And a lot of people said it was because it was just simply because like Blueface had a kid on her or whatever. But it's also been said behind the scenes that it's because Journey was now his little girl and she wasn't. Because we talked about how Chrisean be feeding into his like the pedo preference or whatever, like the missing tooth and the pacifier and stuff like that. It was said that when Journey was born, that was like that's his little girl now, and Chrisean isn't anymore, which is some sick shit on its own. Extremely sick. But once again, Blueface is still dealing with her. There's so much going on with these people. I be trying not to get too deep off into it on live sometimes. We be here all day. Don't forget Surviving Carlissa. I'll survive Carlissa. I bet she leaves him home by himself, sleeping when no one is there. Chastity damn near said that back in the day. Yeah, she does. That's been confirmed behind the scenes too. Somebody actually, it was one of like a friend of the family. They came out probably, I want to say it might have been sometime last summer. It was a while ago. But they were in a comment section on Instagram and they were talking about how Chrisean and like even when Tareen was taking care of him, that they would leave him at home by himself because nobody wanted to deal with him. And then Chastity, I remember Chastity said that too, how she wanted to leave Luella and Junior at the hotel room by themselves while they went out to the club or whatever. Mm. Oh. Mm. Role model was Chrisean. My God. I'm glad you got out safely, but that's that pause that I just did, y'all. I just couldn't believe somebody's role model was Chrisean. Um You know how sad your life has to be for you to look up to Chrisean of all people? Like you had to have been raised by complete wolves to look up to Chrisean as a role model. Um every single female Malone has a CPS case. Yeah, I think almost I forgot what I think it was just Taseki and maybe Sierra were the only sisters that have never had their children taken away before. Um but all of them have CPS cases. All of them do. So that's why I don't understand too why Chrisean's fans have like such a hard time believing that she abuses Junior when that's what she comes from. That's my thing with a lot of these people. Like they think these are the people that like associate themselves with each other, right? So for Chrisean's family, for all them to have allegations of abuse and stuff like that, right? Why they think Chrisean will be any different when it's obvious. But then like certain people, it's like they're inclined to believe that they're a good person if they're within the circus, but it's like they're associating themselves with nothing but shitty people within the circus. So how good of a person could they possibly be? Um, Welcome in, Letitia. Remember when Blue got out too? The rule was don't film the kids, and she cheesing with Journey and her camera lenses. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Here all the kids are getting filmed now though, because I talked about that too before. How like Journey, we used to see her like singing songs and identifying colors and animals and stuff like that. Now the camera's all in her face and she's constantly either throwing a tantrum or cussing. And then Blue had said before, like back when Junior was born, and Chrisean had told him that Junior was going to add to his sauce or whatever. And he told her that none of his kids, that he didn't need his kids to add to his sauce and that none of his kids will be working. Now it's like all the kids are working. They creating storylines off of Junior. Did y'all see Pink Face has a TikTok with some info in the bio? Did y'all see that? Mm. Journey and Junior are almost on the same page. Big difference. That must eat Chrisean Rock up. Yeah, it probably does. Watching Journey probably makes her go crazy for real. Yeah, you saw the TikTok, but remember they were clowning Chrisean when Junior was first born. Um, about how she was trying to get like with the booking info or whatever, but now Journey has a TikTok too. Um yeah, y'all, it's I don't know if Jaidyn has it tagged in her page. I think I had looked up a video. I think I was trying to look up a video that I was supposed to be using on TikTok one day, and the account came up. And I was like, is this a fake account at first? Because I was like, surely as much as they talked about Chrisean having an Instagram for Junior, surely this isn't a legit pink face account. But yeah, in the bio, it says account ran by mom at Jaidyn Alexis. You click on the profile, that's her official page that runs it. So Journey got a TikTok. Yeah. I think when I first seen it, it must have been when she first created it because there wasn't nothing else on it. I don't know if she's uploaded anything to it now or not, but yeah, there's a pink face TikTok. I don't know if she has an Instagram or not, but I wouldn't be surprised at all. I feel bad for the kids, none of these people. Yeah, and that's my thing. That's one of my biggest things is like none of the kids are being raised properly, and it seems like they're always like they're an afterthought to everybody. And I think for the most part, people more so focus on Chrisean, but then when they look at like Jaidyn and Blue's kids, they're like, "Oh, well, they can walk, talk, and eat, so they're not doing that bad." And Chrisean drank and smoked during her pregnancy, and that's the worst you could do, which it is. But at the same time, that doesn't mean just because Jaidyn didn't smoke and drink during her pregnancy and her kids aren't disabled and special needs, that doesn't mean that like Jaidyn is doing everything she should be doing as a mother either. Just like Blue doesn't be doing everything that he should as a father. I think the kids get the short end of the stick every single time, and I don't think it's gonna turn out good for anybody. Um, yeah, I watch her content too. Um, yes, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. From Malone's for Blue, yeah, all of them, they're great representations of the stock that they came from. Because Blue didn't have like a healthy childhood either. As far as everything that he said and Carlissa has said too. And I think Carlissa thinks that they had normal childhoods for real, and they didn't. Because Carlissa, she was more focused on being seen and trying to go get famous and running after men too, just like Chrisean was. Like I said, Carlissa walked so Chrisean could run. Because they really are just alike. From everything that Carlissa and Blueface, Dre, Callie, all of them has said, Carlissa's main focus while they were growing up was running after men and trying to be famous. And that's literally all Chrisean does too. She don't care about Junior, just like Carlissa didn't care about her kids like that. And then we talked about before about how Callie, how Carlissa lost Callie, custody of Callie to her dad. That doesn't typically happen where the judge gives the dad custody over the mother. Like Carlissa ain't shit either. Yeah, exactly. Jim Jones days, absolutely. Just drinking the Kool-Aid. They are a cult. They are. Nobody could ever convince me that Chrisean's fans are not a cult. Let me see. Social services probably know their family dynamics to the T. They don't even go out and do a report. They all informants at this point. Yeah, basically, because I know Chrisean is an informant. China is an informant. I can't confirm this, but somebody said something about one of her older brothers being an informant too. And then like I said, the federal government got eyes on Chrisean, eyes and ears on Chrisean at all time. They know how her family be getting down. Lock them all up. Just lock them all up. All of them just need to be in a cage together. They will be fine. I didn't see that she had a TikTok. Yeah, Carlissa was probably the one that told her to make it, or Carlissa made it and just said Jaidyn is running it, because Carlissa really is the head of everything. She want everybody to get exploited. Everybody got to be online, all that. Just like they be giving Journey a mic. And that's my other thing too about that streaming shit. They need to stop putting mics on them kids. Cause there was a stream that Blueface did the other day while they were at the park, and Javon said something to another kid about, he was like, I live in a gated community around here. Um, and even though he didn't give up like the address to the house or nothing like that, anybody, like if you're from an area, or you don't even have to be from an area, if you know like the correct terms to search for and stuff like that, once you start putting like your background online, it's nothing for people to figure out where you live at. Um and it would have been nothing for us. It would be absolutely nothing for somebody to figure out like what gated neighborhood they live in. The cars are always being shown and everything else. It would be nothing for somebody to just stake out different gated neighborhoods and just wait for Jaden to get home, or wait for Blueface to pull up to the gate or anything like that and find a way to get in. Because just because you live in a gated community, that doesn't mean you're safe. Just like all these celebrities that live in gated communities and they end up getting robbed all the time. Like Drake's house has been broken into plenty of times, or people coming on his property, Chris Brown, all them. Is nothing for somebody to pull up. If somebody really wants to get you, they will. Um, but yeah, I don't think they need to have mics on those kids at all. You see how fast they found out? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The internet works fast. It's not hard for people to get your information at all, especially when you start putting out pictures in the background and stuff like that. They really got to stop that. They want so badly for all the kids to be included in the circus, but they really do not need to be at all. Um that's why Mr. was talking about her family name. They heard about that. I remember that. Rocktards drink the grape Kool-Aid. Do everyone a favor, please. At this point, I can appreciate all the like all Chrisean's fans that were once fans and they saw the light and walked away. But the ones that have been around for all this time and they're still just on her side regardless of what happens, just go ahead and do away with them. Lost causes for real. Um I wouldn't be surprised if Chastity was one. I wouldn't. I haven't heard anything about it, but I really wouldn't be surprised about it at all. Um yeah, Haley, um I don't agree with that. Um cuz number one, Chrisean is not a Christian. Chrisean worships the devil. She does not worship God. But also nobody, as much as Chrisean is in church, nobody helps Junior out. And the church is just an act for Chrisean. Like right now, Chrisean hasn't been to church in probably 2 months. Because anytime she starts going to church, it's just an act. You know, like I always say, when Chrisean is out of money and when Blueface isn't in alignment with Chrisean, that's when she starts going to church. As soon as she gets a little money in her pocket and or she gets Blue back on the line, then she's done with church. So the next time Blueface pushes Chrisean off to the wayside, that's when she'll be back in church. But yeah, church doesn't mean anything to Chrisean, and then the people that are in church with Chrisean, they don't they don't help Junior out either. Cause to there's been a few times that the camera has caught Chrisean doing some bullshit on stream with Junior in church. And like people from the church will come out, they'll be in the comment sections and they'll come out and they'll start talking about it, right? And a lot of them have said that they've mentioned things to the pastor and they talk about how they like nobody wants Chrisean in the church and stuff like that. But then the pastor, he'll get up there and he'll basically um reprimand them in a way for quote judging Chrisean, like basically telling them to leave her alone pretty much. So nobody's really helping Junior. Um and we'll leave that alone. But yeah, nobody in the church is really helping Junior either, especially not the pastor. Yeah, Bali was good, and I don't see, that's what I'm talking about when I say, like, some people are really desperate just for, like, clout and attention, because there's no way I woulda had Bali on stream with Journey. I'm sorry, but there's no way my well-behaved child woulda been, hanging out with that, with Chucky all day like that, especially with that, Journey running around hitting people and yelling at people and stuff like that. No, no, not at all. Not at all. Not for a second. They coulda did that first stream together, and once I seen how Journey was acting, I woulda never bought my kid back over there to hang out with Journey again, ever. Um, Chrisean will dox him. Yeah, Chrisean loves doing stuff like that, or she'll get her little minions to help her with it. Um Not Junior ain't growing up, period. Yeah, definitely not, especially not in church. The way Krishan fans going to crash out when this new baby get here and doing more than Junior boy. Yeah, Nevaeh's son is gonna get all kinds of hate. Nevaeh's son is gonna get all kinds of hate from Jaden fans, from Blueface fans, from Krishan fans, all that. The way y'all remember when Junior was first born and Krishan was talking about how her baby had everybody pressured up and um he was a billion-dollar baby and blah blah blah. That's really how Nevaeh's baby is about to be. Just have everybody pressured up. People weren't pressured up about Junior, they were worried about him. And they were worried about how a newborn was doing with a degenerate like Krishan as a mother. Nobody was, like, really pressed about Junior like that. People were worried about him. But Nevaeh's baby, that wow. I don't know how Nevaeh's gonna deal with it, because there's no way I would put my child online just to, um, have a bunch of different people's delusional ass fan bases just attacking my child left and right. We'll see how she handles it though, I guess. But there's no way I would put my child online, especially when people are already talking about they hope Nevaeh has a stillborn and all kinds of stuff, just all kinds of nasty shit. There's no way I would put my kid online if I was her. I used to think Krishan was the cutest little girl. I hated Blue at one time. I thought it was him. Thank you, Jesus, that he opened my eyes. Yeah, and I think a lot of people at first, Krishan had a lot of people fooled, but like I said, I'm glad that people were able to see the light and move forward and change their mind. And I honestly, I think a lot of Krishan's fans, they've seen it, but for some reason they feel some kind of like allegiance to her or something where they can't change their mind and go to another side or anything like that. I feel like they have to like stay with Krishan. 'Cause if y'all have ever seen, I've shown, we went over, like, some of the group texts or whatever from Krishan's side, her fan base, but every once in a while, there'll be something from Krishan's fan pages that gets leaked, and there's always somebody, one or at least 1 or 2 people in them that they don't just come out and directly say anything directly against Krishan, but you could sense, like, in the shit that they say that they're not completely impressed with Krishan. And they sit in the group chats and do that, and then they get online and act like they're, like, her biggest fans or something. Um, like they just can't leave her alone for some reason. I know the baby doesn't deserve the hate they'll get. Nevaeh is unlikable, but her son doesn't deserve it. Yeah, I get it. Nevaeh is a grown woman, so if people don't like her, then they don't like her. But the way people speak about an unborn child is crazy to me. And the way people speak about are going to speak about her child, I already know they're going to do that baby so bad. And anybody in the back, if y'all are watching, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourselves. If you said anything against that unborn child that hasn't done nothing to y'all, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself for real. Um, but that's the thing. That's what we're saying though, is that since people don't like Nevaeh, they're gonna come after her child because they've already been doing it. Um, I I hope Nevaeh keeps her word and keeps him offline, but Blue ain't gonna have that. We'll see if she stands up for her second son. Yeah, hopefully she does keep him offline. That would be the best thing for him is to keep him offline. I would never in a million years post him because they talk about Superior too. And at any point she could stop putting Superior online. But I think she needs to do that too. I don't think either one of her kids need to be online. And truth be told, none of them need to be online. Javon don't need to be online. Journey don't need to be online. Since all Chrisean can do is neglect and abuse Junior, he don't need to be online. None of these kids need to be online. Junior is the algorithm, social media, not going to be concerned about Solar like they do Junior. I don't think anybody is planning to be concerned about Solar. Because Nevaeh isn't like, we haven't seen her doing any weird shit to jeopardize her pregnancy or anything like that. But it's just the fact that people have already been talking bad about an unborn baby. So I don't think it's going to be concerned, but more so just hateful comments. That's why Nevaeh said that she wants to keep him offline because they're already talking. They're already making hateful comments towards her baby, and he hasn't even been born yet. People are weird, crazy, delusional, mental, psychotic. You really have to yeah. I would, and that's part of the reason I don't care to share too much about myself, and I don't want to put my kids up here or anything, because as soon as you put your kids online, people think it's fair game basically, and they can just say whatever they want. They can say the most fucked up shit regarding your children. And I don't know how people deal with it. For me, I don't really care what people say about me. I don't care what people say about me at all, but my kids, no. It just wakes something completely different up inside me. Some people love to hate. People swear that's us with Krusty, but it's not that. That's just a clear example of neglect. But people do loved her. Her stands are gonna be brutal. Yeah. People always say, and Jaidyn's fans are the same way too now. They say you're hating just for being honest about something. And there's nothing to hate on about any of these people in the circus. Let's be real, Nevaeh be ruffle feathers just by existing. The hate for her is a little insane. It is. Cause I don't ever, and like I said, I'm not a fan of none of these people. I really don't ever see Nevaeh doing anything. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see her doing too much for real. Like Chrisean used to do the absolute most at all times. All Nevaeh be doing is laying around. Basically, that's it. Laying around, rubbing on Blueface, arguing with Blueface. That's it. She don't really be doing nothing. I don't get what all the hate is either. I don't. But maybe we missing something. I don't know, but I don't see it. Yeah, I talked about that over here too, about how her son was humping Blueface and she just pulled him off, talked about some dancing, when in reality, Solar been watching Nevaeh fuck for the longest, probably. Because he didn't just pick that up from nowhere. Yeah, people are only concerned with Junior because he's being neglected. If Junior wasn't special needs and disabled, nobody would be that worried about Junior. Because don't nobody be that worried about Chrisean either. If we want to be honest, if we're being completely honest, the star of the show is Junior for real. It's not Chrisean. Even though I said the other day, I talked about how that video, like Chrisean and Junior are the ones that bring in the numbers, is really Junior. That's the star of the show. If it's just Chrisean by herself, nobody gives a damn. That's why she got to put Junior on stream, because she know ain't nobody over there to see her. People just worried about Junior and what he's doing. Don't nobody care about Chrisean. Yeah, all of them are broke. That's why all of the kids are on stream now, because they know nobody's interested in them for real, because there's really nothing else that they can do. As adults, there's nothing else that they can do for real. We get it. Blueface runs around cheating on people all the time. Jaidyn thinks she's the star of the show. She's the main one, but he treats her like everybody else. There's nothing else for Blueface to do to anybody. He didn't cheated on Jaidyn with a crackhead. With her, he cheated on her with her best friend. There's nothing else for Blueface to do. Jaidyn don't be doing too much of nothing. That's why she had to switch her brand to just being a messy ass bitch. Chrisean don't be doing nothing. That's why she just picks random stuff to start doing and acting like she's a professional with it. Um, Nobody's really that interested in seeing Journey just running around cussing all the time. Javon be minding his business for the most part. Junior is the star of the show. He really is. Let me read a couple more and then we're gonna get up off of here so y'all can go to bed. Yeah, poor all the kids. Superior, all of them. Ain't nobody has a good parent. None of these kids have a good parent in the circus. When Blueface just got out of prison and he showed Junior standing up, Junior was all over the internet. Yeah, they cracked the code. Junior is the star of the show. They know what time it is. They try to force other narratives, but Junior is the star of the show. They know what time it is. Nobody cares about nothing they're doing no more. Can't stay to compete with her own child. See, and that's what I'm saying when I say I think she enjoys just torturing him because he was never supposed to be here. Like, I fully believe that all that drinking and smoking and doing drugs and stuff Chrisean was doing, she was trying to get rid of him. And the fact that he made it in the world anyway, and then he started outshining her because people are concerned with him and they think she's a child abuser. Oh yeah. She definitely she can't stand to compete with him because he's not even supposed to be here. And she can't stand that a toddler that can't even talk or do anything for himself is more important and more people pay more attention to him than her. And if I'm being honest, I think part of the reason why she named him Chrisean, his first name is Chrisean, is because she wanted to that was a way for her to, like, keep her name in the algorithm and keep her name alive too. So, like, anytime somebody searches for her son's name, they have to put her name in with it. Whereas, like, if somebody searches for, Journey or something like that, if you just go on TikTok and search for Journey, um, videos of her probably pop up. But if you just do Chrisean now, Junior is gonna pop up too. But if Junior had another name, or if you just search Junior's name like nothing is probably gonna pop up for him for real. But if you search Chrisean Jr., then that's a way for her to keep her name alive too. And then of course we know why she named him Jesus, the middle name already. Um Not Jaidyn is a star of the liquor store. She do be drunk as fuck. And you know what? I'll give Chrisean's fans a little bit of credit, right? Chrisean's fans have been saying Jaidyn is an alcoholic for the longest. They've been saying Jaidyn and her mama are alcoholics for the longest. And at first, I really wasn't paying attention to it because I was like, you know what? She grown. She can go out and have a drink or whatever. Because I don't. If you're grown, I don't care about you having no drinks. But ever since Jaidyn has started streaming, and I see how often she got a cup or a bottle or something in her hand, and she just be running around sloppy drunk. Jaidyn is an alcoholic. She is. There's no reason somebody needs to be drunk multiple times a week. If you get drunk on a Friday night or something like that, cool. But Jaidyn be drunk on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Monday night, just can never put the glass down. He's definitely the star of the show. When Junior was in Blueface said he's gonna be his famous kid. I don't remember that. I wouldn't be surprised though. Because I think that's what Blueface. I think after a while, Chrisean knew Junior had problems while she was pregnant, but I think after a while, they all just kind of accepted the fact that he was going to have problems, and they kind of tested to the waters to see how it was going to go over with like an audience, basically. And then when they seen that people were extremely concerned about Junior, then that's their next move, basically. Not your name is pink face bad as fuck. Y'all are cutting up in here. I think Blueface loves Nevaeh, but she doesn't bring in no money, so he tells her sleeping with other women keeps his name out there. And he has a simple-minded groupie hoes, so she lets him do it. That sounds about right. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't Nevaeh is a tough one, honestly, because I don't understand how she sat back and watched all this shit and she still signed up for it for real. Um, but it's her life to live. I swear I want to see Chrisean fans in 18 years. Um, a lot of them are gonna be most of Chrisean's fans are gonna be either in the nursing home or in a grave by then. Hold on, let me put the thumbnail up for y'all. Mm-mm. Y'all see it? Y'all see how I made Chrisean's fans all older women? And then you got Jaidyn's fans over here. They're just the the same average age as Jaidyn. But y'all see it. Number 1 and number 2, and you got broke ass Blueface in the middle. You got the Rockheads and the J Cats. Mm-mm-mm. It really is a damn shame. Like these fan bases be killing me. They really do. Where is this comment? Let me put this up. Jaidyn is a mess and look a mess too. Absolutely. But you know they gonna hype Jaidyn up every time. Did y'all see how she got mad when they were streaming at Blueface's concert the other night because somebody in the chat said she looked fat? And then I get on TikTok, right? And people that made videos of her in that dress and they were talking about how she is pregnant because her stomach was poking out. Um they were dragging Jaidyn for wearing that dress. I didn't include it in here because I didn't want I didn't want to do too much on Jaidyn today. We had to get to Chrisean at some point. But they didn't like the dress on Jaidyn. She had the Hazel Lee body, nice and accentuated in the dress. That's what the problem was, that she's shaped crazy. And she had the nerve to put that dress on that wasn't made for her body shape. But Jaidyn be thinking she's actually snipped like a Barbie. And somebody hasn't been completely honest with her at all. Um, Let me see. I agree her fans all sound like they eat some cigarettes for breakfast, for lunch, and dinner. All of them sound bad. All of them sound bad. All of them look bad. Like if I were to pull up in one of Chrisean's fan page lives right now, because one of them are probably live somewhere. If I were to pull up right now, it would be nothing but old women on the panel. Ain't nobody in Chrisean's age range on the panel. It would just be nothing but old women. Old women. That's it. That's Chrisean's whole fan base. And then you got a few children thrown in there, but for the most part, it's just old women ready for the nursing home. And swear Chrisean is their daughter, the light of their life, all that. If I saw my grandma on the line, exactly. Exactly. I would be if it was my mom, my grandma, any older woman in my life. I would have to see what's up with them. What's going on? Why are you on here hyping her up? Why are you indulging in this? And Carlissa old ass too. The way she be so involved in all this shit. Carlissa, let me not start on Carlissa. I'm supposed to be getting off live soon. Chrisean fans sleep on bus stop benches at the transfer terminal. All of Chrisean's fans are raggedy. They're either children, they're raggedy as hell, or they're old women. I should have put a few bums in here too. I should have made it all old women. Next story, Blue will come out. It should be. It really should be. Like I said, I'm surprised Blueface's prison tapes hasn't dropped yet. I'm really surprised they haven't. But at some point, maybe Blue might come out before they come out. Before the tapes come out. I don't know. They were calling Jaidyn. They were calling Jaidyn frog legs when Blueface threw her up in the pool. She was scared to show her body and make sure she show us. Hold on, I think I did get that one. I'm gonna put this last thing up on here if I got it. Because I was looking at that too. Body look crazy. Hold on. Mm-mm-mm. Hold on, let me go get it real quick. Mm-mm-mm. Is this it? No, I lost it. I thought I still had it on here. But y'all can go find it. Just go on TikTok or something and look up Blueface and Jaidyn in the pool. And all that shit, Jaidyn was talking about how Hazel Lee's body looks and calling her Shamar and shit like that. Blueface is lifting Jaidyn up in the pool and her legs, that whole bottom half look absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Jaidyn don't have no room to be talking about how nobody's body looks at all. Let me get a few more of y'all comments and then we gonna go. Why Blueface? Yeah, I talked about that the other day actually. I think the reason like Blueface does all that hard breathing now and then all that indigestion and shit he be having now that he didn't used to have, I think that came from how bad they used to beat him in prison. Um because I talked about too how when he first got out, when Ryan Garcia hit him in the stomach, and he didn't even do it that hard, but Blueface acted like he needed to go to the hospital. I think they caused some permanent damage to him while he was in the while he was locked up for real. Because he came out with all them extra health problems basically leaking and everything else leaking by the booty and everything else. I think they did a lot of damage to him in there. um I just think for fans is those people that swear they grandbaby can do no wrong, even though the motherfucker is a serial killer. That's exactly who they are. That's exactly who they are. They know there's no way they don't fully acknowledge in their minds the type of person Chrisean is. But anytime somebody else say something about it, it's no law, not my child, not my grandbaby. Like that's how they do Chrisean. That's why they bought her that toddler bed. All delusional asses. Um, Spider legs. She ate with that legs look like plastic dumb legs ready to be put together. She lived. She looked. I wish I had a got that clip. I thought I had. I thought I had got it, but she did. She looked absolutely crazy coming up out that water like that. I'm gonna put it in the next live. I'm gonna go back and find it, and that'll be one of y'all. One of y'all quick commercial breaks that y'all can look at when I gotta dip off the screen real quick. Yeah, not my grandbaby. That's it. I feel they probably one of them has probably said that shit before. Like when somebody comes out with a new accusation about her, one of them had probably said that shit before. Like that they really think that's her grandchild. Not ready to be put together. Um, let me get up out of here before we be in here all night. We be in here for 4 hours again. Thank y'all for pulling up. Thank y'all to the best chat on YouTube. I'll see y'all on the next one. I might do a live on Friday. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'll let y'all know. But I'll see y'all on the next one. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.